It doesn't matter. How are you good people doing? All right, folks. Of course, I'm just gonna let the music play a little bit so people can get in here and all that good stuff. Definitely something I want to talk about right here, though. So, as people gather in, we're just gonna welcome them in, all that good stuff. Let's see. As YouTube pushes out the notifications, let's see who all they notify. What's going on, Either Man and Mark Walker? Can you guys hear the music? I guess I can go over and find out myself. Hmm. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well. Well, at least I thought you would be able to. Well, y'all know how I do. I usually have some music playing in the background while everybody gather in here. All 75 of you that are in here right now, how are you guys doing? Different people tuning in from different areas. Laura, thank you so much for letting me know that you was notified. That's funny. Y'all don't hear music, but I do. Odd. I can hear it really good. That's funny. Y'all don't hear music, but I do. Odd. All right, I'm gonna just let you guys comment as y'all come in here, see what y'all are saying. What's going on, folks? Appreciate y'all all being in here. Appreciate it, Eric. Mama Carol in the house. Out the hey. Oh, Charlie, we're gonna get into it. Nice. What is going on, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys all being here and tuning in right now. Hopefully everything is going you guys' way. Hopefully things are going good in your life. It's not going good for a lot of people, which we are going to be talking about on this particular subject right now. So you guys all saw what I have written right there where it says breaking news. Chicago is officially Gotham City. what I want to direct y'all attention to is an Instagram post that I put up there earlier. And I don't know if you guys all seen it, but I'm going to let this play out, and I want you guys to see this because this is absolutely crazy. Okay. So let me go and find it so I can show it to you guys. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. So before y'all do anything, make sure you hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. And check this out. I really, really do appreciate the ones that have been sending in and hitting the Cash App and saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing, Ty, da. You do not have to, nor do I want you to feel obligated to send something in Cash App. But the thing is, there are a lot of you that have been supporters of my channel over the course of the years, and some of you guys will send a super chat in YouTube. I say don't send any super chats at all. And the reason why I say that is because YouTube gets a cut of that. And since YouTube is demonetizing me, I don't want YouTube to have any of that. So I'd rather have you send it to Cash App. And if you don't have Cash App, you can PayPal. There should be in the description in the below. If you look in the description down below, you should see my PayPal on there. So I appreciate you. If you do support the channel and donate, God bless you. If you don't, God still bless you. Okay. Does not matter to me, but I'm just saying that's the way that some people always write me, which I guarantee is going to happen throughout this section here. That somebody's going to say, how can I support you? Where can I send it? So I want to get that on out the way. All right. Again, folks, what is free that you can do is hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. Okay. So with that being said, let's get ready to get into this, folks. So y'all seen that I put in here and said breaking news, Chicago has officially become Gotham City. Glad you was able to do this, Michael. All right. And guys, if y'all don't know, there's going to be some closings of Walmarts in Chicago, and I'm glad that it is. So while I'm telling you guys this, let me show you something here real quick. Give me a second here. Let's see what I want to show. Okay, here we go. Ba-boom, ba-bam. Making sure y'all can all see this screen right here. All right, I want y'all to check this out, okay? Hopefully you guys can see this really good. Hopefully y'all can hear it too.
Grocery store looks like this. Everything is either on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G. Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something because I'm not a thief. Look at this. In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk. Can't even get nothing for my kids, bro. I feel like an animal, and black people made me feel like an animal. Y'all did this to us. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the store. Look at this. But this is what we're fighting for. This is.
Oh, come on, stop it. It's not the black people's fault. It's the white people's fault. You know, it's the systemic racism. You know, they're not doing anything wrong. They're just going in there and getting their reparations. They're only doing this because you, Chicago system, you're allowing it. The mayor is allowing this. Let's see if any of you pro-black folks are going to come out and condemn this behavior, or you're going to condone it. You know what, Walmart? I'm glad that Walmart is getting the heck up out of Chicago. Rightfully so. Get the heck up out of there. Leave them to their own desolation.
Every grocery store looks like this.
All right, so you guys see that, right? You guys all see that, right? Yeah. Completely cleaned it out. Now, got a comment right here that came from somebody I know. Says, if you don't live here, please don't post about it to continue a narrative. This one actually really pisses me off. It gets a little old people who don't live here continue to speak and push a narrative about the city that isn't remotely true. In true fashion, though, I bet you won't respond to this one, just as you haven't responded to the numerous of other issues I pointed out to you. Gonna tell the story, tell it all completely. This is so pathetic. You reaching yet again to get on Fox News. This is irony. He said, this irony is I warned you before you made that appearance about what would happen in terms of words getting twisted. You did it anyways and ended up having to apologize for how your words got taken out of context. It's all love, my man, but dang, when you going to keep it real and address both sides and stop chasing clout. Right there, Chris, you know good and well, and I know this guy really well. I grew up somewhat with this guy in the area. Chris, if you're watching this, bro, stop. Stop the BS. Quit trying to detract. See, right now, what you're doing right now, I don't remember, but I don't remember if you have both of your parents. But the way that you responded right now is with feminine energy. You are easily, like what you just got done saying. You said that you are offended, right? And your best excuse is to try to say that I'm pushing some type of narrative to get on Fox News. Dude, I've been doing this before I even landed on Fox News. If you don't believe me, go 5 or 6 years back on my channel to see about me doing what I'm doing right now. It's nothing new. Go back and check the different places like you know where we from. Go check Homework Hangout. Go check the Boys Club. Go check the Dove program. Go check Little Brothers and Big Sisters. Go back there and check the Yes program. Go check that in the area that you and I grew up in and see what I've been doing. But the question is, what have you been doing, my friend? But since you want to put it out and make it personal, that's the best you can do, Chris. I got a ton of family that live up in Chicago. So when you say you don't live in Chicago, you know my brother was born and we lived there, right? Anyway, Chris, nice try. It's not going to work. It is not going to work, bro. Quit producing this feminine energy that you're doing right now and making up excuses and trying to save your child from getting disciplined because you already know what I'm getting ready to come with. You already know this is a goddamn gone shame. And you literally took the bait. You took the bait when I said pro-black people. What are you going to come out? Are you going to come out and condone this, or are you going to condemn it? And what do you do? How come you trying to get? Yeah, we're going to read your comment again, Chris. We're going to read it again, bro. You put it out there. He said, I'm going to show it for everybody can see. And I know this guy personally. We played on the same basketball team, by the way. It's not going to change nothing. And you just got done telling some lies in here too, by the way, Chris. You said, if you don't live here, please don't post about it, blah, 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 blah. This one actually really pisses me off. Why? If you listening right now, Chris, you are free. I will give you the link and you and I can talk about this right now. He said, this one actually pisses me off. It gets a little old that people who don't live here continue to speak and push a narrative. So because somebody don't live there, what does that mean? That we can't talk about it. So if you have some family members that are in the military, and let's just say during the time that we were over in Iraq, if they were living in Iraq, defending this country, and they were talking about, and here we are in America, if we were talking about how bad it is over there in Iraq for our American brothers and sisters, would you say, if you don't live in Iraq, then you can't talk about Iraq? BS, bro. Completely BS. BS. As far as being Americans, for one, with the freedom of speech, we can talk about, and I can talk about any place I want to. You know what I heard about this? You want to know how I heard about this? Not through the news. You know what I heard about this? My family that lives there. That's how I heard about this. They said, check out this video right here because there's some people that they follow that are conservative. They check this video out, cuz. Check this video out, great nephew. That's how I heard about this. So what do? They know that their family member, Ty Smith, has a platform to where he can talk about this stuff and discuss this stuff. There was a woman in there literally crying because she claimed that she couldn't even find no food for her baby. But what do y'all do? See, right now, Chris, what you're doing is the equivalent of what the mayor did. You doing exactly that. He said, in true fashion, though, I bet you won't respond to this one just as you haven't responded to the numerous of other issues I pointed out to you. I don't know what you are talking about. I seriously don't know what you're talking about because one thing I do not do, I don't run from anything, as you should know. You definitely should know. I don't run from nothing at all, period. All right. So you said going to tell the story, tell it completely. The video speaks for itself. Everybody saw this video. So it does not matter. I don't care if it happened in California, just like we'll talk about the things. We talk about the stuff that happens in California. We talk about the things that happen up in New York. It does not matter because it is an American issue. And this is a black people issue, Negro. And it's a black, oh, come on, don't try to put what narrative? Correction and righteousness is a narrative? Is that what we're saying right now? But no, this is what you do. It's not just Chris that does this. It's not just him that does this. What happens is this, ladies and gentlemen. When you are bringing correction, righteousness, and truth and facts, What people like to do is try to divert from that. And then they try to take things like, why are you doing this? Why are you, don't even try it. Look at that Walmart. Look, she said this happened in her hood, which, let's be real, let's keep it a buck. We know that if she talking about the hood, it's going to be a bunch of Negroes that stay there. Negroes that did this. Plain and simple. So you know what? I hope Walmart, and I know they're going to pull up out of there, rightfully so, is deserved. When are we going to really get to the issue? Daniel, you can sign off all you want to. I'm signing off because you, good luck, you said N-word, fool, bye. Negro, nigga, bye. Bye. Let's keep it real. We know what goes on here. I'm from that area. We say nigga all day long. And you what? You virtue signaling right now? I'm signing off. I don't want to listen to you no more, Ty, because you said N-word. Bye. Wham. We all the way home. Now, shouldn't you be taking care of your kid instead of crying on the computer? It's a nice day. Take him out to play ball. Levi Burton, again, it doesn't work that way, sir. Nice try. Try that on somebody with a low IQ. You said my kids. That's obviously, you obviously know a lot about my channel to say that I have kids, huh? Yeah, nice try. Anyway, that won't work. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, for people that like to try to detract and distract away from the situation that's at hand, like these fake guys right here who just virtue signaling, now they on their way out. Moderators, y'all know what to do. Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. When are we going to address the issue? When are we going to address the issue? Huh? You folks in here right now, y'all trolling, I love it. Bring it on, because this just shows us exactly why this is in a bunch of damnation right now, because exactly like folks like y'all right now. That's the reason why. Okay, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this Walmart, y'all saw a complete desolation. Let me see if I can play it without with the sound being low. I probably won't be able to, but we just gonna see if I can do. Oh, I can. Check this out. I just want y'all to watch I just want you guys to watch the video. All right. Look at that. And what's funny is none of the vegetables was touched. That's how you know it was black people that did. No, I'm just joking. I'm playing. I'm just playing. Check it out. Look at that. Shelves are completely empty, man. I have not even seen any. Now, I've seen some things where they like looted stores and everything like that, but not to this extent where everything is like completely, like almost obliterated. Like they completely cleared the shelves out, man. This is absolutely crazy. Look at that. They cleaned that bad boy out. They cleaned it out. But you know what? This is what you're going to continue to get when you keep on voting for stuff like this. Let's see here. Check this out. This is what, let me get rid of this part right here. Let's see. All right, check this out. I'm gonna see if I can share this screen with y'all. Let's see if I'm just making sure you guys can see this screen. Give me a second right here. Check Cash said he'll take the dog food because it lasts long. Okay, give me a second, y'all. I want y'all to be. I'm gonna read this while you guys are all in here at the same time. Okay, check this out. All righty then. Look at this right here. Because this is really interesting. Chicago Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson responded to this weekend violent teen takeover to the Windy City's downtown area by urging the public not to demonize the hordes of rampaging young people who set cars on fire, clashed with the cops, and damaged private property. Johnson, a progressive Democrat and former teachers union organizer who was elected mayor earlier this month, released a statement Sunday reacting to the disorder in the city that resulted in a shooting and more than a dozen arrests. He said, "In no way do I condone the destructive activity we saw in the Loop and Lakefront this weekend. It is unacceptable and has no place in our city," Johnson stated. He said, "However, it is not constructive to demonize the youth who have otherwise been starved of opportunities in our communities." What? What? That's the don't demonize the demons. You were doing really good. Yeah, now I get it. I'm with him. He said he don't condone that behavior. It is unacceptable, but what should have been after that, it should have been, this is what we're getting ready to do about it. But what did you do? He is doing, I'm telling you, y'all, listen to me. There is a deep thing that is going on within a certain community that has been ingrained in a lot of their minds when you come up in a single parent home and you've been raised by a mother. You are taught to respond and handle situations like a woman would. I'm not hating on you women or nothing at all. But what happens is this. If any of you mothers in here know what I'm talking about, any of you married mothers, or even some of you mothers who that you are still with your boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, or if you were a wife with your husband, y'all know good and well that when we men start to discipline the child and get on them, you guys got this thing in you where you feel like you have to go and protect them. Am I lying? Am I lying? That's how I know that when you got some of these simp, weak, jellyback men that is scared to speak up and completely damn and condemn and actually say this is completely wrong. When you got men that are scared to do that and they say, well, you know, I don't condone this behavior. There has no place here, but we shouldn't be deep. See, you are doing exactly what the women in a relationship do. You want to jump to that. Well, I know my son is bad, but you didn't have to say it to him like that. You didn't have to spank him like that. It just sounded like you spanking him so hard. Well, I know that you spank him, but I wouldn't. You see what I'm saying? You already distracted away from the discipline that's supposed to be taken hand. That's why I don't fall for none of this nonsense that some of you weak men are doing. That's why, guess what? What do these men in here do? Check this out. If y'all don't believe me, check this out. Who jumped to the defense of these out of control youth? We just saw it displayed here on my channel. Two weak men. I'm leaving because you said the N-word, man. Oh, man, look, here you go crying, Ty. Look what they doing. And they were men. Look, who was it that was on my channel? Somebody I grew up with. And I hooped with this dude on the same basketball team. What did he do? He jumped up to the defense, responding like how women would, because they don't want to see their child being disciplined. Look what he said. His child is Chicago because he lived there. My city. You ain't got no city, boy. That's not your city. You come from D-town too. So stop. You talking about chasing clout. Stop it. What are you doing when you posting on Instagram? For example, when you post on Instagram, Chris, with your daughter and everything like that, why aren't you married to her mom? Huh? If we want to go there, why aren't you with her mom? Why is her mom a single mother? I take care of my daughter. No, that's not what I'm telling you. Why aren't you with your child's mother? Huh? Look how damaging that is. Huh? Look at that. But yet you're supposed to be a representation in the people and all this, and don't come. Okay, but what you doing right now? See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. You don't want to go. You don't want to go there. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. I just proved to you it's like the equivalence of the insect kingdom. There's always a queen. And you got all these worker ants, the worker bees. They doing everything the queen wants them to do. You go and you say something, you go, and that's how you win. If you take the queen, they become yours. But who's the queen here in Chicago? The system is. The Democratic system is the queen of Chicago. What did y'all do? Chicago, y'all sat there and voted. Y'all, Mayor Lightfoot, we knew that she was terrible. But already, this man is coming in already, and I don't condone this, but, you know, we can't deem it. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's why they're doing it. Folks know how to read between the lines. Folks know how to read between the lines. They know how to read between the lines. If you have a child that you are raising and you keep on making threats, hey, I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you do that, but I'm not gonna straighten you out. I'm not gonna discipline you, but I don't like when you do that. That child gonna continue to do it because they saying that when they see that what you're doing is nothing more than idle threats. That's all they see. Is nothing more than idle threats, and you're not going to do anything. Therefore, their behavior is going to continue to change. That's why the people in Chicago and a whole lot of other places, in cities, in schools, even children within families, the reason why they will continue to do the behavior that they're doing right now, because they know that you aren't going to do anything about it at all. You are not going to do anything about it at all. That's why I love the fact that the youth that we're helping right now, I'm so glad that these parents are on board. They're not allowing their kids to see certain programs. They're like, no, they're not. They children do not have one. I'm telling y'all, it works so well. It works so well because what we doing, we keeping their attention and their focus tuned in on their future. They're constantly studying. They're reading. They want to come back and impress you with what they just learned or what book they just read is going to be beneficial to them or their family. They keep on coming to you and saying things like, "Oh, when I get married one day, like you, Mr. Ty. Oh, when I get married, like when you and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. When I get married, like you guys one day, I want to have this too." I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there. They're not sitting there being focused on twerking and all this crazy debauchery stuff we see going on here in this area right there. That stuff is going to be completely out of control, and it's going to continue to be out of control because there's nobody there that really wants to straighten it out, period. There's nobody there that wants to completely straighten this nonsense out. It's going to continue to go on. All right, let me go ahead and read a little bit more to y'all. Okay. It said he continued to say, our city must work together to create spaces for youth to gather safely and responsibly under the adult guidance and supervision to ensure that every part of our city remains welcome for both residents and visitors. I'm telling y'all right now, I look, I'm with him. Our city must work together to create spaces for the youth to gather safely and responsibly. But let's keep it real. In order for them to gather anywhere where it's going to be safe and going to be responsibly, you're going to have some order there. You're going to need police officers there because these young folks, when they get together, we know what they're going to do. Can we just keep it real? Well, Ty, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, Ty. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, these young people, I don't know, man. No, yes, we do. They are not going to gather and they are not going to come together. And what do you mean create these spaces? What spaces? They forming they doing what they want to. If somebody is allowed to do what they want to, you said I'm going to create a space for them to safely go. Do you see their actions? They're not trying to go nowhere safe. You can get mad all you want to. I do not care. A lot of folks of a certain mindset, they are attracted and addicted to chaos like a moth to a flame. They like that chaos. They like that. They're drawn to it. Come on now. What, a year or so ago, we seen an ambulance trying to take somebody that's been shot, and the boys and the girls, and they all twerking and dancing and gyrating on the ambulance truck? Oh, but it's not their fault because they just need somewhere to go safely and responsibly. You know, they need a space to go to. Even in Chicago right now, I got family there right now that there are several programs, and I've spoken at a few of them up there in Chicago right now. They do have places they can go to, but they are showing you they don't want to go to those places. They want to go where the chaos and the violence and all the debauchery and all the looting, all the dang on sexual activity, those are the places that they want to go. That's what they are drawn to. Why? Because that nonsense is being pushed and promoted and praised and encouraged in the black community, in the hood especially. So they are going out and emulating what they are seeing you push on them based off of the music, based off of the movies, based off of the reality TV shows. It's easy, but they don't want to fix this because there's too much money in this. It's too much money in this. Appreciate you, sis, for actually telling the truth here and being a good woman and being a woman that's strong enough to admit that. Miss Phyllis right here said, I'm a single mother, and you are right. I know you were right, and I didn't play that game. With the bell of men in my family and the military unit, I raised my children differently. Hats off to you, sis. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. That's the thing, folks. Folks, Okay, let me digress from that a little bit. I'll go ahead and read a little bit more because I know y'all know when I get the ranting on stuff, I just get to going in on it. Johnson 47 added that it is his goal as mayor to improve public safety and make Chicago livable for everyone. 2 nights of unrest, which were organized on social media, saw packs of out-of-control teens clash with cops, brawl with one another, vandalize property, and break into sets of cars and set them on fire. One video showed several youngsters jump and dance atop of a city bus. Chicago police said 2 minors ages 16 and 17 were wounded when someone in the crowd on East Washington Street opened fire. No arrests have been made. The incoming mayor's response to the teen-led chaos was met with swift backlash from people on social media. Chicago is so screwed, somebody wrote, which is true. So let me show y'all some. Let's see some of the pictures. Y'all see these pictures right there? Y'all see that? Look at this. They're on top. I don't know what they're on top of right there. Incredible statement to those who saw the videos of violence and destruction. Don't demonize youth for a little pop-up riot. It's actually your fault they did this, somebody tweeted. One other critics warned Johnson reaction to the unrest a month before his inauguration did not bode well with Chicago's future. Chicago about to fall to Detroit and Baltimore levels. Ruined. I agree. One user wrote, while another predicted Chicago will see more of this with Brandon Johnson as mayor. The exodus of businesses, residents, and visitors from downtown is only going to get worse. Lawlessness is becoming rampant. And you want to know why? Because it's being allowed to happen. Andrea with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you for that, sis, and God bless you for that. Says, what is going to happen in these spaces? Are they going to learn finance? Are they going to learn about credit scores, investing, mortgages? No, they're only going to learn to do exactly what they are being allowed, encouraged, and praised to do. That's it. That's why, look, I'm just being real. To some of them that are about to be offended, I purpose my mentees. I make it a purpose, and I'm calculated with it, and I'm aggressive in my approach with it. Blacks are being separated from certain mindsets of blacks, period. If they want to associate themselves with those type of blacks, I don't waste my time with them, period. I am not wasting my time. Y'all can say what you want to. There is a certain mindset of folks in the hood, in the ghetto, in the trailer parks, be it white, black, whatever. There's a certain mindset that do not want to progress in this world. They have no goals. They have no ambition. They just want to walk around like Neanderthals, and that's all they want to do. They are friends with some of these mentees that I have. But at the same time, I make it a point. We are going to cut the bad fruit off the tree. That's what we're doing. If you want to continue to ride with your friend, to just roam around in the streets, to just walk around the streets for no dang on reason, and you're not trying to be on this path that's going to be on a great trajectory for you, go be with your friend. But I'm not going to waste my time on you. This is where we are right now. You have to make this choice right now whether you want to better your life, period. I do not have my mentees, and thank God, and I'm giving a shout out to the single moms, mostly. Like I got a 99% single mother. And then there's some fathers that are single fathers. Kudos to you guys for actually following along with what we're doing right now. Kudos to you guys for having your kids watch all the old school stuff that we grew up watching and none of this new stuff. Kudos to you guys for not allowing your kids to have a TV in their room. Kudos to you guys for not having your kids with a cell phone. Kudos to you guys for doing it the same way that I did it, to where you know that your kids are only going to have a cell phone and those things like that when they get a job to buy it. Kudos to you guys for not allowing your kids to go and hang out with their friends in God know where neighborhood or over their house. Kudos to y'all for doing that. That's what a parent is supposed to do. Protect your child. Thank y'all for doing that. Thank y'all for being on board and trusting me with your children. Look how we're doing. Look how we are doing. But at the same time, my young folks that are watching this right now, my teenagers especially, and then some of my college students right now, I know y'all in here. I saw y'all and y'all sending me some text. What y'all see in here, this is what I'm telling y'all about being superior minded. You can't focus on the people in here with the negatives. They already came for me before. What happened? Did my life change? Did I get outed? The people, y'all, let's see what I'm saying. These people in here that are making these comments, y'all, you can't focus on them. See, when you do that, your focus get off of the trajectory that we're going. So I know that some of y'all want to take up for me right now, and I know I'm getting texts in here. Y'all saying, Mr. Ty, I'm tired of this. No, you don't focus on that. That's what they're going to do. That's what cancer does. See, here's the deal, my young folks. Listen to me, because y'all texting me and y'all in my chat too. You can't be doing both now. And like I said, I don't want y'all to comment in the chat. I get it. I just want y'all to watch this again for demonstration purposes, because this is the type of stuff you got to put up with. It's already bad enough that we have to come out of the hood dealing with all the stuff that we came out of. But then when you do make it and do something with yourself, whether you have, when you do something with yourself, you go to college, you get a degree or two of them. This is what they do. And y'all already know what I do, right? But this what you don't do. You don't feed into nothing like that, because let me tell y'all how it's going to go. The minute I make a comment and say, here's my degree in this and here's my degree in that, you know what they're going to do next? Show me some proof. Y'all know what I do. Y'all been on my job. Y'all seen what I do. Some of y'all are in here actually went to one of the facilities that I direct over. Don't say who you are. Don't say who you are. But here's the deal. That's what they are here to do. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all thought that just dealing with the folks in the hood, the crackheads and the gangsters, baby mama drama stuff, seeing people getting robbed, y'all thought that was bad too? No, when you actually get away from that and you live in a gated community and you own various homes and you actually become successful, you still going to have people like that that's going to hate on you. So the people in the hood aren't the only ones that hate on you. There's going to be others like that. They don't like to see you being successful. They don't. So that's why that's why I teach y'all to have this superior mind. And look at that. This is why I tell y'all there are diseases that we deal with in medicine. Cancer is going to be cancer, period. Some people in here right now, based off of the comments that you guys are sending, I know y'all are texting me, but that's a test for y'all too. My mentees, that is a test for you too. You feel it rising up in you, don't you? You want to get mad and you want to respond. Don't you say that, but don't give in to that. This is a test for y'all. This is a test for that mind of y'all. This is a test for you to actually look at this from a logical standpoint. Let that emotions die down a little bit, okay? Let it die down and look at it for what it is. People that come in here and they troll, that's what trolls do. So don't be surprised at it. Just like what we see in Chicago with those kids that are looting out of control, that's what they do. That's why you don't put yourself in that environment. You don't put yourself in an environment. Cancer only survives in the body because cancer keeps getting fed something called sugar and a certain type of omega fat. If you keep cancer from having sugar and keep cancer from having that certain omega, cancer will start to die. I know, doctor. So you tell them, I know. Look it up right now. Somebody that knows what they're talking about that's in medicine, for the hater again, chemotherapy has a 90% fail rate. Yeah, it'll wipe out the cancer, but it's going to wipe out your good cells too, which is going to cause you to have it wrecks your immune system. The point being is when you see trolls in here, when you see haters in here, that's why we call them trolls and haters. They are a type of cancer. They are in here doing exactly what they are supposed to do. But what we do, we stay focused on the situation at hand. We still are not going to distract away from the fact that what we see going on is completely unjust, is unrighteous, is wrong, is out of control, is lawless. So I'm glad that y'all are in here right now. My college students, the same exact thing. And I look, I know, I told y'all. All right, let me go ahead and read this super chat right here. Self-excellence is the new rebellion. Good for you, Ty. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Good for these young people who will learn better. Absolutely. This is why, look, a lot of times when I go live, this is why I have my young people tune in. They always tune in anyway. Some of them are sitting right over here looking at it on the TV. This is what I'm telling them, because when they see how Mr. Ty responds, I have to show them that I don't give in to this now. I have to show them I'm not going to get over here, F you. I don't do any of that. I won already. I'm already up here. What do I look like coming down on somebody else's level? That's what people that are down here do. They look up at the person. They complain about the person being up there. Y'all, this is what they do. Don't get mad. I know. Still, woosah. Y'all see? But that's what happens a lot of time, folks. Here's the deal. What happens is this. What happens is this. When there is something that is completely wrong and bad, for you to be an upstanding citizen in your community, these young folks have to see you as an example. They know, I tell them all day long, Mr. Ty is not perfect at all. Not perfect. I don't hold back the stuff I went through when I was young. I don't hold back the things I don't hold back the stuff that we went through when we were living up there in Chicago, even down to Central Illinois. I don't hold any of that stuff back. I still got family up there right now. Some of them are some of the big kingpins up there right now. Now, what's funny, I'm just being real. Some of the kingpins, gangsters, a family of mine is up there in Chicago. They look at this stuff and say, man, that's some stupid ish is what they do. Just dumb, out of control. But then yet I mess with them and say, but y'all selling drugs to them. But we don't even get into it. That's one thing we do. We don't talk about that certain subject because I'm not going to be able to change my family's mind up there that's into the game. They're not going to, I just don't. So when we come together, we just talk about this and that and this, but we don't talk about their lifestyle because we already know I'm never going to be able to convince them because they understand. They know what they do. They know the risk that they're taking. They know, but still at the same time, again, they know I'm not hating on y'all, but y'all already know. Some of y'all, I tease y'all and said, these are y'all kids. No, I'm just saying. Oh, man. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish reading this right here. This says Chicago. Let me go ahead. Good. I'm glad. I just got it. I'm glad, y'all. Now y'all get it. But this is what we do. This is what you guys are going to have to deal with. See, okay. To my young people, I want to say this to y'all real quick. This is what we deal with. See, the stuff that we faced in the hood and the stuff that some of y'all are facing, this is exactly why it's going to be really beneficial to y'all whenever y'all actually end up getting up and being like in this corporate world. Once y'all graduate and y'all go to college and y'all come out, see the stuff that we deal with like in the hood. If we can overcome that on a mental level, we have to be mentally strong to get past a lot of that stuff that we see, right? It prepares y'all for when you get out there in the corporate world, because now that I'm up there as a director, a lot of stuff that I deal with, some of y'all gonna be there tomorrow, okay? Some of y'all coming tomorrow, right? Whenever y'all do come up there, and there's certain things we can't tell y'all because of HIPAA, but when you guys come up there, you're gonna see a lot of people gonna be bent out of shape about certain things that's going on in the facilities, but you're gonna see how I'm gonna be like, because a lot of things that we had to deal with in the hood, when you get past that, you are so mentally strong that when you get up here in the corporate world, you like some of the stuff we deal with, you like, oh, wow, that's petty. A lot of stuff that I've worked around in the corporate world that people get bent out of shape with, they just go into depression. I'm like, wow, that is real petty. But what happened is that I became mentally strong because of the stuff I had to deal with in the hood, just like y'all doing with right now. I understand. But again, be cool. Y'all don't have to take up for Mr. Ty. This stuff doesn't offend me at all. Remember, I told what do I tell y'all? What do I tell y'all who can only offend me? Who can only offend me? Exactly. And keep on saying, I told this why this right here. This is the reason why I tell y'all that, because of things like this. This is why I tell y'all that, because of things just like this. The only what I say to them, folks, and I forget some of y'all are listening online right here. I tell them the only people that can offend me are those that I love. If there's somebody on here I do not know that's in the internet street that's trolling, whatever like that, they can't offend me. I don't know them. I don't love them. So, okay. So anyway, with that being said, let me go ahead and finish reading off a little bit more of this here. What's going on, Reckless? Chicago's outgoing mayor, Lori Lightfoot, also released a statement addressing the teen takeover. She said that while many of the youngsters gathered to have a good time and enjoyed the unseasonably warm weather, she conceded that some were involved in reckless, disrespectful, and lawless behavior. As I have said before, we as a city cannot and will not allow any of our public spaces to become a platform for criminal conduct. What do you mean? It has. It's been like that since you've been there. What is she talking about? It's been like that since she's been there. Anyway, said most importantly, parents and guardians must know where their children are and be responsible for their actions. Instilling the important values of respect for people and property must begin at home. I 100% completely agree with Mayor Lightfoot with that statement. Okay. I'll read it again. I know Mr. Ty talks fast. I know. Okay. She said this. She said, most importantly, parents and guardians must know where their children are and be responsible for their actions. Instilling the important values of respect for people and property must begin at home. So what this is letting y'all know that what? It's not going on at home. See? It's y'all like, dude, who you looking at? I got how many of y'all is it? Huh? It's 12 of them sitting over right here around in chairs. This is kind of what we do when we have a discussion. When I get done with this, then I have a discussion with them because this is what we like to do. This is how this right here is, and no, because they're minors. You're not going to see none of them. Not at all. This the whole thing. See, this is how I protect them as well. We don't do the social media. You don't need to see who they is or know who they are or anything like that because that's not what we are about. See what I'm saying? You do these things behind closed doors, and then the Bible says what you do in secret, he will bless you openly. Y'all seen? I have some of my other youth that came in here and who are grown and they got children, they got families. Some of the youth that I've mentored, I still call them youth. It's so weird, even though they're like in their dang on late 20s and some of them are in their early 30s. They have come off to become accountants, construction workers, plumbers, welders, electricians. And the blessing is that if I need anything done in my house, they say, Mr. Ty, please let me know. And what's weird is I still try to pay them. Like somebody just came in and did some piping and all that to my bathroom. And we're going to be getting the tub put in there. I have 3 full bathrooms in one of my houses, right? And what they did, they put it, Mr. Ty, no. I'm like, dude, at least let me pay you for nope. That's how you end up getting blessed back because of what you do. Now, the reason why they end up brought up some of these people's names, because I have some of my mentees that actually are grown up and got their own families. I have them come and talk to these young folks too. And they'll say, yeah, I know Mr. Ty is mean and I know he can be hard, but y'all can't understand. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what you do. This is how you do it. You have to really love these kids. You have to really want to be in their lives. If you're not, then completely fine. It's not for everybody to do. It's not for everybody to do. Some people help from afar by just donating to what we do. What do I show y'all when the cash apps happen? What do we do? Exactly. Some of y'all see this. I'm saying some of y'all, let me see. That's why I told y'all it's not about that. Y'all see what happens. Y'all, as long as y'all know, that's what really matters. So anyway, this is what I'm saying. When Mayor Lightfoot just made this comment right here, talking about how reckless it is in Chicago, and it's apparent she is 100% right. Some of y'all know. Check this out. We just gonna be real. Let's be real. None of y'all know who this is unless y'all talks amongst each other, because y'all know that Mr. Ty does not blurt y'all out. Whenever I get on one of y'all, what do? I don't do it in front of everybody, do I? You will be at home having a good old time, and I'll call you on the phone, and then we talk, don't we? Now, the only way any of y'all can know about anything that I said to one of y'all behind closed doors or anything like that is if y'all talks amongst each other. That's the only way, because I don't like who almost said your name. Like you, Mr. T, I have never mentioned anything. This is just an example. I have never mentioned anything that I said to you, to her, and you. Anything that I ever said to you, I've never mentioned it to him. None of y'all will ever be able to say, oh, Mr. Ty told me this about, y'all would never be able to say that because I don't do that. Now, if y'all talk among yourselves, say, hey, man, Mr. Ty pulled me off to the side and he really, That's on y'all. But I didn't. I know. But that's y'all did that, not me. So the point of me saying it is this. The reason why I'm saying it to all of them is this. They know that if I was not checking in on them, let's keep it real, especially some of y'all young men, let's keep it real. And I told this to y'all mom. Y'all would run y'all moms over, wouldn't y'all? And even some of y'all ladies, y'all would run y'all moms over. Because a woman, I say it all the time. Was I lying? No, like you. I had you how old were you when I got a hold of you? What were you? 9, right? Okay, 9, right? You are 17 years old right now. What can your mom do to you? Yeah, even when you were 12 years old, right? You were 12 years old and your mom couldn't do nothing to you. I told you it was going to happen. And what I'm talking about here is, folks, is that women can raise children up to a certain age when it comes to discipline. Now, that don't follow me now. No, Tyler, because my mama, look, all I'm saying is if your child is literally, mainly listen to you, but they're not, there's nothing my mom can do to me no more. It is a different level of respect when there is a man there. So Lori Lightfoot was right. The parents, but more specifically, when you're talking to this teenage age, that's definitely the age when fathers should kick in. Now, I was in, like y'all, a lot of y'all, I was there with them a long time. 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. These people are like teenagers now. Some of y'all get ready to go off to college and stuff. This is crazy. What I'm saying that for is this. Mothers can do a lot of things from the age of 0, but then when they start to hit adolescence, when attitudes kind of start to maybe change and different things like that, that's when a more authoritative figure needs to step in there. Why is it that they respect that? It's almost like it's something natural in them. It's almost like it's something that's like nature, where they will respect the male figure more than the female. Now, not all of them. Not all kids are like that. Some of them are just Y'all know some of them are just But why is it their mothers, y'all know y'all mother can tell y'all the same thing that I'm saying right now. But why do y'all seem to listen to me and y'all would respect me? Y'all would listen to what I'm telling y'all. Not saying that y'all don't with y'all own mothers, but why does it come off different? Because it's a man. See, it's almost like it's a spiritual thing that they don't tell y'all about. I'm telling y'all, folks, this is what it is. This is for the people sitting with you, Ty. Okay, this is from Andrea Viola. Some of y'all can see that on the computer, right? Some of y'all can see it on the TV. Okay, she said, this is for the people sitting with you. She said, I do not know any of you, but I want you to know I'm so proud of all of you. Nothing but love from me to you. This is what she just said to you guys. So that's awesome. Hey, Miss Unsolicited Security Boss says, salute to you, MRM. Hey, guys, I'm just telling y'all know how I am, and I'm not just saying this. Y'all should really go over here and subscribe to this woman's channel. Unsolicited Security Boss. Y'all really should go over there and subscribe to her channel. She is one of the few women. I'm just telling y'all, she's one of the few women. And y'all, yeah. Unsecurity Boss, I got some young people in here right now, like 13 of them in here. And I will have them tune in and watch your channel too. So they listen to what you're saying, especially, Don't tell your mama that, though. Unsecurity Boss, 2 of the girls in here just said, yeah, they watch you and they said they wish they had a mama like you. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all probably y'all. Yeah. Hold on. How old are you? One of them is 14 and the other one is 17. Security Boss, my 17-year-old said she definitely gonna fashion herself after you and conduct herself like you. I told y'all. This is what I'm talking about. I know. Yeah. So, yeah, go over there. Let me, matter of fact, let me do something here real quick. Let me see if I can pull up Unsecurity's, her channel. Give me a second here, folks. I'm gonna try to get her link and put it in here. Give me a second so I can share this screen. Here it is right there. All right. This is the channel right here. This is Miss Unsolicited Security Boss. I really, really, really highly recommend that you guys get over here and you sub to her channel. I'm going to post this link right here in StreamYard because she definitely is a woman after God. She follows God. She is a very feminine woman who knows her place in the marriage, knows how women's supposed to act. She conducts herself. Security Boss is y'all. Yeah. So Security Boss. Exactly. So Security Boss, one of the young ladies just got done saying they saw somebody really trying to look. I don't know what all y'all little slang stuff means. They said they seen a few people that tried to do you in, but they said you held your own and you stayed classy and ladylike. See, y'all just y'all never even told me that. Oh, okay. They were going to tell me afterwards because the fact that they seen how I just act whenever somebody just tried to come for us on this channel. So that is awesome. That is awesome. She says, salute to the chat and thank you, MRM. Oh, absolutely, Security Boss. You know I would not be doing this. I think it's just a godsend that I actually ran into you and came on your channel and did a panel with you before. It just happened to be a godsend. I'm thankful that that even happened because that is we just never know. My girls watch you, and this only it's 7 of them right here, but that's not just all of them. You talking maybe over the course from I would say. From Chi-Town all the way to, I would say it's probably about 110 girls. And a lot of them watch you. But they can't sub to you unsolicited. They can't sub to you because I don't allow them to have social media. When they when they get jobs and they get their own things, that's when they can do it. It's so funny because they see my sons and they're like, man, wow. And I told them this is why my sons are the way that they are. My sons got cell phones when they got jobs and they were able to pay for it. And yeah, and like one of them, I made a video about that where one of them just said, yeah, and it's crazy how my son bought his own car. He saved up money and bought his own car. So anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this right here. And like I said, I completely agree with Mayor Lightfoot, which you guys all just got done hearing her saying. And we talk about this all the time. We always talk about the importance of just having the parents. Now, a lot of them that I work with, they don't have their father. And here's the thing too, but we have made steps and we have made progress to where we got in contact with the fathers. And now here it is. Not to say that I'm mentoring, but I'm sort of coaching these fathers to be back in some of their lives and just talking with them. I mean, that's what we do. I'm telling y'all, this is what we do. But back to this subject at hand when it comes to what's going on in Chicago. I want to show them this. And the reason why I'm showing them this is because the reason why this will continue to happen is because Chicago keeps on voting for the same type of authority figure that is going to allow them to continue the behaviors they want to do. It's just like anywhere else. If you want to continue to have the things that you want based on your lifestyle, then you want to keep on putting in the same person that's going to continue to actually allow you to have access to having that success, right? Which is why I tell them they're not limited by anything. Them sitting right here, and I know because I know I love them, but them that are sitting right here, they cannot be blinded by DEI. They can't be blinded by OCRT. They can't be blinded by slavery because guess what? They absolutely 100% see the truth. They seen too many people that I've mentored that I told you that was in their late 20s and their early 30s. They seen too many of them go off and be successful. So they have clamped on. They're like, nope. And Mr. Ty, every time they bring up slavery, I'm just like, oh God, here we go, whatever. What they do that for is the narrative. They don't get blinded by the narrative. I tell them, do what you need to do. What I tell y'all, do what y'all need to do to pass the test, right? I say that, do what you need to do to pass the test, but we don't what? Exactly. We don't let it sink into our minds and believe it. We don't believe that. So when it comes to them right here and the ones that are actually listening online, this is what we do. I'm so glad that I was able to talk about this today. And I'm so glad that the trolls came in here and did what they did. And I'm so glad that they got to see how Mr. Ty reacted because it was a learning moment for my young people. It was a testing moment for them as well. Because this is what happens. A lot of times for somebody that we love and somebody that we respect, we don't like nobody to disrespect them. We don't like nobody to talk about them. We don't like nobody to say bad things about them because what they do, and I told y'all this before, and here's a prime example. They can sometimes think that I feel a certain way about what's been said about me, and therefore they want to react. Now, honestly, y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's not to bust them out. I've also done that. With some of my moderators before. I say, look, if somebody is cussing at me and they call me a this and they call me that, I said, don't get mad at them because I know y'all want to defend me because it don't bother me. But I know, see, that's what I'm saying. And that right there, that's how you become a logical, critical, and a superior minded thinking person. See, y'all, you can't get offended for me, folks. When somebody is talking about me like what we saw in the chat here, don't worry about it because it's not affecting me. So don't let it affect you, right? Let me see here. Somebody just said something. Facts. Banana Mix says, Ty, if you speak out on any of this or disagree with them, then you are the one that is demonized. Exactly. We saw that. So here's my thing, though. I'm glad it is happening because a lot of my young fellows over here that are sitting, I told y'all, what did y'all just see happen? Isn't it amazing? Who is it? Who is it that is speaking out and stepping up for these trans people getting into women's sports and trying to ruin it? Who spoke up first about it? Men, wasn't it? Men. Who end up trying to defend it and say, no, that's wrong. They should. Who was it? Men. Now we seen with Miss Gaines. Women are starting to speak up now, right? Because who led it? Who led the righteousness first? Not saying that women don't, but who led it first? Who spoke out first? Men. In this situation that we see going on right now, a bunch of us men, even on the panels that y'all seen, all of us men jumped up. Why? Why did us men jump up and say, this is wrong, this doesn't need to happen, da 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 da? See what I'm saying? It's part of our DNA. It's part of our DNA to want to, number one, protect. See what I'm saying? The reason why we speak out against all this craziness that's going on in Chicago, because we see it as a form of not being protected. That's what we see it as. We see it as not being protected. That's why we speak out against it. Now, what happened? Again, when men, y'all know some of the guys I'm talking about, the ones I mentioned, the ones y'all seen in the chat, the minute us men speak out against this wrong that's going on and we condemn it and we say this is wrong, this needs to be changed, this needs to be corrected, this is crazy, this is out of control, they need to be in jail, who comes to defend them? Again, it was men. That's my point. Exactly. So here's the deal, folks. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing right now because this is just 13 of them in here right now. This is just 13. Y'all don't see all y'all don't see all of them at all. Now, people say, Ty, with your channel, shouldn't you, when you want to video what you're doing with these kids and you talking to these kids? Want to know why? I look at them as being me, like their parents. Who? Let me see. 3 of them in here right now. Nobody knows their name. Their parents have signed over guardianship to me. Yeah, that's what me and my wife do. They signed over guardianship. So check this out. The reason why I'm telling y'all that is this. I look at them as being my own. And my number one thing to do with them is to protect them. So why y'all don't see them on social media? Why I don't want them with phones or anything like that? Because that's my way of protecting them. Because you know what? We got people that like in here this chat right now. We're not going to say their names because we're not even going to glorify them and give them that credit. But we got people in here that we don't know these people on the internet, y'all. And they will come for y'all. They will come for y'all. They will try all kind of crazy, sneaky things. This is why I told y'all. This is why I know what I'm doing. Show me the youth that you did. Look, what y'all saw. Now, we're not going to say their name because, again, we're not going to glorify them and give them that credit. How many times have y'all seen people come from my degrees? Huh? Y'all know the truth, right? Y'all seen them, right? But how many times have y'all seen people show me? How many times have y'all seen people say, you do all these things with the youth, let's see the youth? See, because there is no, they don't want the answers. They never want, they don't want the truth. What they'll do, they're going to find some way to try to get to me by getting to you. If you guys appear on, so if I showed y'all right now, there's going to be somebody in here that's going to say, oh, look at the shoes. Oh, why is her hair looking like this? I mean, all y'all hair is good. I'm just saying they're going to find something to say about y'all because they know that if they can get to y'all, they think there's going to be some type of way to get to me. But at the same time, some of y'all are minors. We can't show minors. I didn't, out of permission, you can't show minors, but it does not matter. Are y'all on straight street? Do y'all do you need somebody from the internet who you don't know to validate y'all? Do you need anybody? Do I need anybody from the internet streets to validate what I do? Do I need somebody from the internet streets to validate me and my degrees? Do I need that? What do I have to prove to them? I got mine. See what I'm saying? This is something that we have to, this is something that we have to disassociate ourselves from when it comes to stuff like this, because in the hood, y'all notice in the hood, we have been subconsciously trained to always want to show off. Even when you think about the rappers, y'all, when you think about some of y'all, I'm just saying some of y'all still like, y'all know I don't like them, but some of y'all still got some of the rappers that y'all like. But what do? I got money, car, itches, hoes, don't they? My Bugatti. I got my Benz. I got my this. I iced out. And so what happens, that can get into your subconscious where you always feel like you want to show something off to somebody to show them that you got it. But that's a trick of the enemy. I don't have to show nothing. Y'all wait. Okay, y'all too. Y'all been to my house in Florida, right? Y'all been to my house in Florida, right? Now, what do I look like? Why do I need to show this off to somebody on here? What do I have to prove? Because again, what would they do if I showed them my other house in Florida? What would they do? It's it's a wrong color. Well, your doorknobs, they gonna see what I'm saying. This is why it is absolutely ridiculous. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody because they're gonna find something to say about it. Period. Superior minded thinking, my friends. This is how we do it. I'm so glad this happened today. This is what I'm talking about, folks. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the question is this: what do we do about it? It's going to continue to happen. It is absolutely going to continue to happen. Them acting the way they do is going to continue to happen. All right, so with me just saying what I'm saying right now, I'm getting ready to send out a link. If any of you guys want to cam up, there's the link right there. Mama Don, you missed it, sis. But while here we go. But while that link is out there right now, if you jump on here and you're trying to troll, I'm going to instantly kick you out and I'm going to flag you. You want to get on there and have a decent conversation? Have a decent conversation. I don't care if you disagree with me or not. Mama Don, I'm getting ready to show you what happened. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Check this out. In Chicago, Mama Don. Scarlett, this is what happened.
Grocery store looks like this. Everything is either on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G. Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something because I'm not a thief. Look at this. In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk. Can't even get nothing for my kids, bro. I feel like an animal, and black people made me feel like an animal. Y'all did this to us. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the store. Look at this. But this is what we're fighting for. This is.
Oh, come on, stop it. It's not the black people's fault. It's the white people's fault. It's the systemic racism. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just going in there and getting their reparations. You're only doing this because you, Chicago system, you're allowing it. The mayor is allowing this. Let's see if any of you pro-black folks are gonna come out and condemn this behavior, or you're gonna condone it. You know what, Walmart? I'm glad that Walmart is getting the heck up out of Chicago. Rightfully so. Get the heck up out of there. Leave them to their own desolation.
Every grocery store looks like this.
So this is what we're talking about, Mama Don, is that, yeah, this type of stuff is what's going on. And the bad thing about it is that folks will still try to jump in here and defend it. So over the weekend, Chicago had a crazy riot, cars being burned, et cetera, downtown. Now, downtown is supposed to be an area where folks that actually come and visit Chi-Town, they come there and they, for tourism, etc. But what is happening and what we want to bring up is that a lot of stuff like this is happening and has happened in Chicago. But the behavior, the actions, not only is it not being called out, but it actually is not being pretty much brought to justice. It's not being brought to justice. So you got people that will come in and jump to the defense of this, and I just be wanting to know what exactly is supposed to happen. So when all this craziness happened in Chicago, as a matter of fact, let me see something. We're gonna go. Let me see if I can take you guys with me. Let me see if I can take you guys with me. Be 1 second here. Make sure y'all can see this. Let's go here.
This is a Roanoke Motors vehicle. At Roanoke Motors, you get the.
Let me know if y'all can. Let me know if y'all can hear
oil
this.
changes, roadside
You guys
assistance,
hear this?
tire, brake, and battery checks, plus more. The competition's vehicle has none of these. The
Benjamin, I
Roanoke
appreciate that,
Motors
sir.
advantage.
Can y'all hear this? Look at this. Look at this.
Watch.
Now, let's be real. I'm gonna keep it real. That right there, we seen this all the time. Crowds of people gathered, no craziness or violence or anything is going on. We've been around this stuff all the time. I mean, this right here doesn't. I guess that's not bad. What we seeing right there, they just trying to control the crowd, move this way, da 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 da. If nobody is doing anything wrong, technically, there's really nothing that they can really do. But when stuff starts to go down, that's when it becomes dangerous. Because when crowds gather like that, and y'all seen somebody kick the car, that's when things can actually get bad. So let me see something here. If I can show y'all what actually happened.
Gunshots, fists flying, and passersby stomped into sidewalk curbs. The extended lawlessness in the loop resulted from a lack of leadership and no plan to deal with unruly crowds on an unusually warm spring night. That tonight, according to a former top Chicago police official who gives the I-team a blunt assessment of what went wrong. Millennium Park and Michigan Avenue.
Look at this.
Chicago police who had to scramble officers to the scenes, even though veteran cops.
Look at that, jumping on cars for no reason.
On a warm Saturday night, given the recent history on similar occasions.
First of all, was there a plan? I mean, as a district commander, again, you're responsible for that district 24/7.
Okay, I'm stopping it right now just in case this might get pulled or copyrighted or anything like that. So,
Did you have a plan? Did you sit down with your leadership team?
Gene Roy was chief of detectives at CPD when he retired in late 2016. Roy talking with the I-Team about the melee on Michigan Avenue, these scrapes on State Street, and police who appeared to have little command direction, no helmets and shields, and helter-skelter communication. Roy is concerned about patrol officers possibly being put on scene without.
now check this out. These police officers are right here. They're right there. If anything would have been thrown, flung, or anything at these officers are completely unprotected.
Without adequate plans or direction.
Did every Washington from start?
Hold on, let me see something.
There's a plan in place.
Would not rule out cutting off CTA lines.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes.
Blah, blah, blah.
Meet with one.
The action pouring in tonight after a violent weekend of shootings and fights involving large groups of teenagers here in Chicago. Last night, hundreds of young people descended on Michigan Avenue, smashing car windows and trying to get into Millennium Park. And Friday night, another large group brawled at the 31st Street Beach, setting a car on fire. Tonight, both the mayor and mayor-elect are weighing in on the teen takeovers, calling them unacceptable. This was the scene at Michigan and Washington last evening. Police making 15 arrests during a massive disturbance in the area of Millennium Park. A 16 and 17-year-old were shot as others jumped on cars, smashing windows. This woman and her husband were attacked in their cars. They waited for a light to change.
The guys are jumping in my car. My husband go to the hospital.
Now check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Young folks, yeah, y'all, yeah. Check this out, folks. This man was in the car with his wife, said they jumped in the car. What would have happened? What would happen if this man was concealed carrying and he lit them up? All of a sudden, racism, these black kids were just down there just trying to have a good time. They have no way of letting out their energy and I just want y'all to think about that. What would have happened if that man was concealed carrying and these people are jumping in their car? He don't know what they about to do to their wife, his wife, and he shot them. Because me, y'all, look, I keep it real with y'all all the time. With her being in the car with me, if we wait in a red light and you got World War Z zombies, you got these people like that. If I'm sitting in the car with my wife, fellas, your number one thing, what do I tell y'all to do? What's your number one thing when you have a wife? And you protect your wife. I'm just saying, if they would have opened my door, even came through the window, I would have shot them. I'm keeping it real with y'all. And no, you would not have gotten in trouble. They jumped in the car and I would have shot them. And not only that, look what they did to the man and his wife. They beat them up and her husband got sent to the hospital. I don't care what anybody tell y'all, fellas, one day when y'all get married, you protect your wife and you protect your kids. What do I tell y'all what the Bible says about Christ? He said, love your wives as he what? Exactly. Love the church. And he gave himself for it. I'm protecting mine. I'm just letting y'all know. Another learning lesson right there. Another learning lesson. Let me go back to the video.
What did they do?
Because the guys I put in their face.
See?
And on Friday night, a 14-year-old boy was shot near the 30.
Hold on. Look at this. Look, okay, look. I want y'all to check. Look. Watch this. Look at the background. Look up here. Look right up here. I'm just saying. Look. They up there twerking.
And on Friday,
look at that. Right there, up there twerking. That boy. I mean, I seen this a lot in Panama City where our house is on the beach, but
night, a 14-year-old boy was shot near the 31st Street beach after fights broke out among a large crowd of teens. In a statement, incoming Mayor Brandon Johnson said, "It is unacceptable and has no place in our city. However, it is not constructive to demonize youth who've otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own community."
This is the problem I have with that. What opportunities are they starved of? You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff that just kind of gets me like, dude, y'all, what are they being starved of? Listen to me. Okay, I know y'all. Excuse me for a second. I'm talking to my folks right here. I know. Folks, what are they? What you just see? This is why I want y'all. This is why I want y'all to think about this stuff. He's like I already mentioned that he's trying to make an excuse for them. What are they being suppressed from? Huh? Okay, hold on. You want to hear? Y'all want to hear it again? I'll let y'all hear it again. Check this out.
Constructive to demonize youth who've otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own communities.
They are starved of opportunities in their own communities, he said. What opportunities are those? Huh? What opportunities are they being starved of? Because guess what? When I took y'all out to Mr. house, and I took y'all out to Mr. house too, their kids are doing what I tell y'all. Even though some of we just keep it real. Y'all, they don't worry. Y'all not gonna see them. But what do I tell y'all? What were the rich kids? Y'all even said that about my sons. What do they do at home differently than what y'all do at y'all own homes? So when he said they're being starved of opportunities, what? So what opportunities? These kids in this video, they are y'all age. What are they being starved of? What opportunities? What, to go to a park? What opportunities? Half of them, more than half of them in this video, most likely, I guarantee you, they are y'all age and they do like y'all got to work. Y'all work part-time. Y'all in school, right? They can't work. What opportunities they talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. They making this thing. They're gonna try to make it about race and make it seem like, oh, black people don't got the same opportunity. What opportunities? Explain those. That's what y'all want y'all to do. Anytime you have folks throwing words in here like that, you make them explain it. If I was to get up and say, well, my youth that I mentor, they don't have the same opportunities. And if somebody say, Ty, what opportunities don't they have? I should be able to name it off. Boom. But they don't want that. They just want y'all to just go along with this, and it's going to make you a victim by saying we don't have the same opportunities. That gives us an excuse to go and wilding out and gathering crowds of trolls of all kind of crazy folks and just show debauchery, and we can just run around and we can twerk on each other. And we can just run and scream. Folks getting shot. Folks getting trampled. Families getting beat up for no reason. What opportunities? That's what I'm talking about.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot says her office has been having conversations with Chicago police about monitoring and responding to the gatherings, saying we as a city cannot and will not allow any of our public spaces to become a platform.
Since when?
For criminal conduct.
Since when?
CPD has assured me they will make the necessary adjustments to address these teen trend issues as we move into the summer months. Other elected officials are
they deep
questioning the parents. Third Ward Alderman Pat Dowell tweeting, no other community abdicates parental responsibility for their children. None. Until parents collectively take back control of their homes, nothing will change.
Mic drop. Mic drop. See this this must have been the guy saying that this happened today. That's the answer. What do I see? This is what I'm saying. I like y'all. I like them to hear this. I like them to hear this because I'm not crazy naive to think that y'all really think that that even though I'm giving them truth. Let's be real. It's still good that y'all hear it from somebody else besides me. We don't even know who this lady is that left this tweet, right? We don't know who she is. Alderman Pat Dow. She said the mayhem happening downtown and at 31st Street Beach is appalling. No other community advocates parental responsibility for their children. None. Until parents collectively take back control of their homes, nothing will change. I want to direct y'all attention to what she said. She said parents. And let's be clear. Okay, let's be clear. She said parents. And what I want y'all to listen to is this. In order for there to be any kids, there had to be a father and a mother. So y'all already know what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna get it. No, yeah, you already know. Y'all know what I'm getting at. The same parent household, same sex. No matter what they tell you, these kids that were down there that y'all seeing on the screen right now, those kids, they got a mother and they got a father. Parents. Period. It's all going to come down to them. Period. 22 years, me and that woman up there getting ready to be married. My job, when my sons became of a certain age, I had to turn them into young men. 21 and 19 years old. Young men. You want to know why? I knew my role. I knew what I was supposed to do as a father. Even if my wife didn't agree with what I was doing, she cannot do that. She cannot make them men. She can't. We're going to get into some other stuff because I told them this before. Men can raise children. Men can raise boys to be men, and men can raise women, young girls, to be women. Women can raise young women to be women, but women cannot raise young men. They can't. Folks, that's a whole nother subject, but the whole point I'm saying that for is this. In the beginning, y'all want me to say it? Okay. Always say this. There was a woman in this good book that came from her husband. She came from his rib. He had to teach her. See, when he was made first, a higher source, his head, taught him how to move, how to be. And his head gave him enough wisdom and knowledge that once she was taken from his rib and she was formed, she was bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh. So he knew what he needed to do to mold her into what she's supposed to be. Women, y'all might take offense to this. You guys have no life in you. Ladies, oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this right now, y'all. All you girls, y'all have no life in y'all. Did y'all know that? Yeah, y'all have no life in y'all. You guys have an egg. It's not life. Guess what we men have? We have sperm. And guess what sperm is? Life. Our sperm has an X and a Y chromosome, which is going to determine what type of gender your child is going to be. Our sperm swims. It moves. It's alive. Y'all egg is not something that is a living thing. The only way it becomes living is if our living sperm fertilizes you guys' egg. If you guys only have one chromosome, we got both. We got the male and female. Y'all only got the X. So if our X, one of our X sperms that's alive, our female sperm, if our female sperm, see, yeah, I get it. If our female sperm fertilizes one of y'all eggs, y'all gonna have a girl. If our male sperm that's alive, if it fertilizes y'all X egg, is going to be a boy. But we have life in us. It comes from us. See what I'm saying? I know. Anyway, that's my point, folks. I love teaching them that. I just love teaching them that. So here's my deal, though. The reason why I'm saying that is because men, we represent A natural authority, and I'm just being real. What men are supposed to represent is authority. We're supposed to represent stability. We're supposed to represent structure. We're associated with being those things. We're associated with being strong. We already looked that way on a physical level. We already looked that way on the physical level, right? When you go to prisons, these prisons, let's keep it real, they let women in there because they just trying to equalize a blah, blah, blah. But the real deal is going to keep that stuff in check is going to be men. Period. All right, folks. So we do got some people here in the background. I'm going to let some folks jump on here. We got Andrea Viola, who supports the channel pretty good. Andrea, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Nobody can see you right now, but can you unclick and just wave at me if you don't mind? You can put your hand like this to where because some people don't like to be seen. You can put your hand like this and just do that if you don't mind, so I can know it's you. That's all I'm saying. There we go. Okay, good deal. I got you. All right, I'm gonna bring her up. Mama Don, did you see the link? There we go. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. There we go. Okay. Hey, sis. For one, let me just go ahead and say I appreciate you and your support and your cash apps and the super chats. Man, and yeah, go ahead. What would you like to add to this?
Ty, first and foremost, I am just so proud of the young people that you are mentoring. It's so important right now. And with that being said, I just watched all the video of what happened in Chicago. So Chicago, what they call the Miracle Mile, which was the expensive stores. Here's a little lesson in how small communities work. Even though people pay into the taxes, the businesses in that community pay the majority of the taxes. Now, on the Miracle Mile, they were probably paying enough to pretty much fund a very large percentage of Chicago. So when businesses leave, what happens is the government does not cut back on their spending. What they do is they raise the property taxes of the people that live in that city to maintain their budget. So when businesses leave, not only is it a tax increase for the people who live in those communities, but now you're talking about the additional expense of having to travel to get things like groceries. And that's where finance comes in, right? Time is money. So if I have to go 2 towns over to get a quart of milk, that quart of milk is not costing me $5. That quart of milk is costing me probably closer to 10 with the gas and the time. So when cities are rocked and businesses start to leave because they're being, robbed, do they have insurance? And I'm speaking from experience. Yes, there is insurance, but insurance is not going to continuously pay out for theft. They're not going to pay out if there's damage done to that store, they're not going to pay out. So essentially, insurance doesn't really supply the value that you have to pay in. So when businesses leave, it's destructive to people in the communities for the revenue, for their taxes, but it also leads to less jobs and less opportunities. And when you see fantastic places across this country get decimated like Detroit, that's because all the businesses left and you can only tax people so much before they can't even live, right? So then you're talking about it's really a snowball. So once businesses start to leave, the snowball runs off the hill, and now you have unemployment on top of high taxes. And that's the problem with situations like looting and riots, not to mention the older people who don't really have maybe the ways or the means to travel out to get groceries and stuff like that. When my grandmother lived with us, she used to always say to me, look past your nose, right? Because it's a very short sighted view when you're young and you're just starting off life. You don't really think past yourself. And that's a very large problem because every action that you take impacts everybody around you. And that's one of the most important lessons as an older woman that I got taught from my grandmother who lived with us, was that, you know, you just think you're making decisions for yourself, but you're making decisions that are going to impact everybody around you positively or negatively, depending on the road that you travel.
I completely 100% agree with that. So do you think that, like, even like you see in here, that once those things happen that you're talking about, and you say that that property tax is going to go up, things of that sort, that's going to be another thing that you think that the taxpayers is going to have to foot, because most of these people that's already on some shape, form, or fashion of welfare still won't be able to afford it. So then you're still going to have the Section 8 and stuff going on, and the food stamps, etc., going on.
But think about that type. This current administration just cut
Wow.
funding for food stamps.
Wow.
So not only are people getting rocked by inflation, these people who were on food stamps and even rental assistance, like food stamps, how can you justify cutting food stamps when you know the cost of food is rising? Just like landlords are now not accepting Section 8 because of the moratorium that was put on landlords during COVID. Like, that's what I mean. It's a snowball effect. So when these businesses pack up and leave, the tax revenue that's generated by those businesses gets passed down to the people who live in those cities and live in those states. And the thing I want to impress on your younger people is when you get a job and you start paying taxes, when you're dealing with businesses leaving, right, and towns and cities starting to basically be run into the grounds, you're going to be the people who absorb the cost of that. So even if you get a raise, you're not going to be able to keep the increase that you got because it will be taxed away from you to subsidize what's going on in your city. And that is the problem with unrest and destroying of communities. While it might seem like it's going to be covered by insurance, it's 100% not. And eventually, the people in those communities are going to bear the brunt of the bad decisions. And that's the thing to be cognizant of. is those decisions have a very big impact.
I agree 100% on that. And you know what, again, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it this way. I'm like, you know what, let it happen. I'm serious. I'm like, I think that folks are not gonna get it until things hit them in the face. Look at, I mean, what we seeing right now on the screen right now. All these hundreds and hundreds of kids. You telling these kids don't have parents? You know what I mean? I mean, this is all of them are down there because they do not have their parents being parents to them. All of them.
Well, you know, I can't say that I disagree with you on either level, but there's two things, and then I'm going to jump because I see how somebody else is waiting.
Oh, no, you're good.
Well, there's two things. The first thing is that when you can use social media to do something so destructive, it makes me really question what the whole purpose of the invention of social media is, because it seems to me like it's way off the rails.
I agree.
With that being said, I just want to say something to the young ladies in your group. And
She's talking to y'all.
This is going to be a lesson from your older auntie. This is what I want you to realize, young ladies. When you are viewing your favorite icons, when you're reading fashion magazines, when you're watching TikTok videos with these influencers, be very cognizant, young ladies. These people have an agenda, and their agenda is to make you spend your hard-earned money on their products, on their brands, on their makeups. And they want you to do this because they want you to believe that in order to be everything that you can be, you must have this shade of lipstick, you must have this handbag, you must have this brand of clothing. As your older auntie, here is my final word of advice for you young ladies. Never hang money in your closet. Never.
Amen.
Bank your money. Don't spend it on designer bags. Don't spend it on designer clothes. Put your money in investments and let your money make more money for you while you're sleeping. Let your friends do whatever it is they're going to do and buy the bags and tags and labels. It was a habit that I broke 10 years ago, and I can tell you I can quit any job that I want because I'm good. And that's the position you really want to be in, that you can walk away from people, places, or things because you have enough money to make those kinds of decisions.
There y'all go.
Thank you. I'm going to
very
jump
well
off,
said.
but thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time. I'm cheering all you young people on. I know you're going to do great things in the world. You're off to a good start.
Awesome. Andrea, thank you for those kind words, and thank you for chiming in and letting us know that. And God bless you for that, sis. That was awesome.
Amen. Very well said.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
All right. You know, I'll tell you another thing too is what I believe is going on over there in Chicago, and what I think is going on. You can thank the Democrats for that. look at it this way. They want to go soft on crime and they want to defund the police. This right here is a good example of what happens when you go soft on crime and you go and you defund the police. You get stuff like what we're seeing on this video right now. And another problem is like Andrea that was just on says, these kids don't have parents to beat their rear ends and point them in the, when I was young, and you're probably about the same age as me, maybe a little younger, so you probably remember, when we did something wrong, we got our butts beat. But now you even as much as flick a kid on the nose or flick them on the finger, they're going to run to the CPS. Oh, that's child abuse. That's child abuse. You can't discipline your kids anymore like you used to.
Oh man, just think about it right now. You as a white man, if you even talk about the black people doing stuff wrong in this video, you're gonna be a racist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And you probably and you probably seen some of the comments I made. That's why I said, man, I got to stop because I'm going to get myself into trouble with some of the things I'm saying, because I don't care if you're black, white, or pink with purple polka dots. I always say it like this: if you're going to act like a nigga, I'm going to call you a nigga. I don't care who you are. These people in these videos are niggas, and I'm going to say it how it is.
Wait, say it again for the people in the back.
If you're going to act like a nigga, I want to call you a nigga, and I want to treat you like a nigga.
Now, is that just the color? Or are you talking about the actions and how they're acting?
I'm talking about how they act.
So they can be white and acting like this, or you gonna call them what?
I won't call them a nigga.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna act like a nigga, if you're gonna act like a nigga, I want to call you a nigga. I don't, like I said, I don't care if you black, white, Mexican, or pink with purple polka dots. If you act like what's on this video, I want to call you a nigga. I want to treat you like a nigga. And if you come at me like they did them cars, and if I'm strapped, I want to shoot you like a nigga. I'm gonna defend myself. You know?
I mean, you in the car with your wife, and you see this crowd. You just okay. I just want to get home. We had a light, and somebody jumps in your car, dude.
Oh hell no! That ain't gonna happen with me.
I agree with the gentleman.
What's going on, Moy Freestyle? I don't think I've seen you in here before, man. How you doing? I think I've seen you on some other panels though.
Yeah, we've seen each other on other panels. How you going? How you doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Good. No complaints. I agree with what you just said. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I think a lot of this comes from, yes, the Democrats and the stupid policy has been passed during the Biden administration, and it's happening, unfortunately, in smaller ways. But in my city too, like if somebody takes stuff from Dwayne Reed, like I talk to the people at the store and they say like they can't reprimand the person, like legally they can't do anything.
You know what? I think that was something that Mayor Lightfoot she put that in place some time ago, where, as you can see on here, there was a car. I think, let me see something here. There was a car that was literally burning rubber, like right there in front of the cops. And I mean, let me see if I can find it. Here it is, right here.
I saw what portion you were talking about. Yeah.
And if they did that any other place, any other time, that right there, the police would be on them, lights on, and look, and that's like going towards other cars in the crowd.
That's unacceptable.
When I was living out in Reno before I moved here to Alabama, I was. Are you familiar with an event called Hot August Nights?
Oh yeah, when I was living in Panama City, yeah, we hear about that up there in Bama.
Well, in Reno, we had special events and stuff. And now during the cruise inside the gates, you could do little burnouts and stuff or so. But if you did a burnout like on the strip or somewhere where it was not part of the show, I'll tell you, I actually seen one time. This wasn't during Hot August Nights. I think it was just during a busy weekend where some kid, I think he was Native American, but that doesn't matter. But I'm just saying that as the point of what's going on here. But he pulls up in this little what do they call them, tuner cars now, tuners, racers, whatever, and he redlined it and did a burnout, and the cops were all over him. I mean, they swarmed his car, they pulled him out of his car, they towed his car, they put him in the tribal police paddy wagon and hauled him off, and that was for doing a burnout.
Yep.
And yet they're doing this crap here and here on this video, and there ain't nothing. And see, the problem is there's nothing they can do. They're overwhelmed right now. They're outnumbered, outgunned right now. And that's the sad and scary part about it.
It's crazy. I remember it happened in my city with the Black Lives Matter thing. And the whole time I was thinking, like, these kids don't realize they're tearing apart like small businesses. This could be their parents' business. Like, I don't know what these kids are thinking, man. I don't know.
The issue. They're not.
Yeah, they're not thinking.
You know,
they're not thinking.
And Moy, I don't know if you've been tuning in the whole time, but did you see the video of the Walmart?
Yeah, no, of course. That's all. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like in the city I'm at, it's happening in smaller ways. But like I said, like when you talk to the people in the Dwayne Reeds and these different places, or like I talked to a security dude in a Bank of America, and we the place, they had one branch over by me, they had to close because some homeless dude kept fucking it up. And then when I asked the security guy and a cop, like, yo, why don't you just like kick this fucking guy out of here? They're like, oh, we can't touch him. I'm like, what do you mean you can't touch him? We're like, yeah, we're not allowed to put hands on him. I'm like, what? Shit's crazy.
And you know what? It's still amazing that, it's still amazing that people will still just jump on and defend this mess. They will just jump in here and still say, well, this is not their fault, whatever like this. And I do agree. Some people in here say, that the parents didn't raise the kids right. But I got to say this, the ones we see in this video here, folks, when you get to a certain age, come on, man. You know good and well that I guarantee you, like somebody mentioned, that this came
You're old enough to know better.
Yes, you do.
You know better. You're 18
learn
plus. Most of those kids are in college. Let's be real. You're a college kid. You should know better.
Man, and the thing is, though, is that what's sad about
these kids are definitely old enough to know better, for sure.
Right, and then the thing is, too, is that, you look at this. How come we're not doing the whole January 6th outrage? They have faces already. They knew, within a month's time, they have faces, and this is this person, this is that person, this is that person, and they tearing up cars and stuff in here, burning cars. But hey, January 6th was the worst thing that happened in America. Come on, man. Ain't the police doing the same thing the police is doing on January 6th?
Well, you know why that is because they were trying to hold the government.
Yeah.
Aren't they just standing and watching?
But it's all counterproductive. The youth don't realize that. First off, if you're a young person, at the end of the day, focus your energy on making a difference. Going out protesting or destroying things is going to do nothing for nobody.
And when it all comes down to it, too, like what we seen with the Walmart video and all that, when all this dust settles, they're going to be complaining, man, I can only get a little bit of groceries at a time now because I got to take the Walmart way out in the outskirts of Chicago now. Or better yet, if not, they're going to go and use their food stamps. And I'm just keeping it real. If you live in Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. They call them the Arabs. You're going to go to one of the Arabs grocery stores or something like that, and you're not going to be able to shop like you want to. And you're going to complain about that because yeah. Oh, wow.
Exactly. Most of them from out west where I come from were all Hindu, but yeah.
You know what? They behave themselves. They behave themselves. The immigrants from other places, knucklehead brown people in America. I'll be the first one to say I don't care. My black card's been taken away, and all I care about is my MX. So anyhow, man,
nice.
The culture is trash, man. The so-called culture is trash.
I agree. That's why because I got some kids sitting in here. What do I tell y'all? You see, y'all just got done hearing these guys on here talking. What did I tell you? I told y'all this is why I say there's a separation, where I say there's a difference between black folks and a difference between that certain mindset. Then there's a difference. We don't deal with those type of black folks. And I'm just keeping it real. Y'all, come on, y'all all listen to rap music, but y'all just heard the Raven say it. And I know some of them was like, here's the thing. Some of them grew up, and I told y'all, like me, we grew up in neighborhood, as a term of endearment. We said it to each other all day long. I had white friends, Latino friends. We all said it all day long. Man, this nigga trip. Hey, this dude, hey, nigga, come on, bro. We talk to each other like that all day long. That's why I say, that's why I didn't get like when he said that. I'm used to that. But my point is that that's why I said when you get to a certain level, on an intellectual level, like what you hear in the Raven and what you hear Moe saying, we separate ourselves from them. So when y'all heard people say things to me like, oh, you know, I might be skin folk, but I'm not kin folk. Thank you. I'm not kin to that mindset. Oh, remember I told y'all, I got it right here. The Uncle Tom cup. That's what they do. See, they get pissed off because you're not acting like some delinquent, lunatic, crazy folks, but then they get pissed off at you and say, oh, you acting all white. You acting like Uncle Tom. You acting like, oh, no, because I'm acting civil? This is what's going to happen.
Acting like a human freaking being.
This is
you're acting like a human.
Yes, this is going to happen to
all
of y'all that are in here right
now. And you act like a father.
Yes, all of y'all that are in here right now, the minute y'all start to do things like what I'm doing right now, trust me.
Yeah.
The Uncle Toms, the Portia Negroes, all that is going to come because they're pissed off that you're not acting like them. That's it. And y'all seeing it right now.
That's excuse me one second, MRN, to interject. And maybe or maybe you're not, but I would assume you've done some traveling. Wouldn't you say that that's just an American thing as far as brown people are concerned?
Only. Bro, when I did track and field, you talking about Barcelona, Spain, Canterbury, England, Sydney, Australia. These track meets that we had there, it's only here. And you're talking college, so you're talking back in freaking what 2001 to 2012 traveling. You're talking, they were saying it then, like y'all allow that in America. We as black folks, we can't do this over in these other countries. They can't do that. They can't get away with that, man. Hands getting cut off.
And
they cannot.
Here's something, you know, that I'll say to the young folks that you got there, you know, in your studio there. You're not animals. You're not a bunch of monkeys. You're human beings. You got a father that loves you. You got a father that wants to see the best for you. Don't follow in the footstep of these animals. You know, be the best that you can be. Listen to your father, because your father, you know, when your father disciplines you, your father yells at you. He disciplines you or whatever because maybe you did something wrong, you didn't do a chore, or maybe whatever, bad grades or whatever. He's doing that because he loves you. He's doing that because he wants you to be the best that he can be, and he doesn't want you to become these animals, these monkeys, these whatever they are out there. You know, because I don't know how old the girls are you have there at the studio with you. I got
between 16 and 19.
I got a 16-year-old boy here. Not my boy, it's my cousin's son. He's the smartest kid you ever known. Yes, he gets in trouble with his dad. Yes, he argues with his dad. You know, he's 16. He's a kid. He's going to do what kids do. But I'll tell you what, this kid is the smartest damn kid that you'll ever see, and he's the most respectful damn kid that you're ever going to meet, because his dad raises him well. And you know, this kid, he if he was watching this video right now, he'd be reacting probably the same way we are right now. And he's 16. So, you know, just be the best that you can be. You know, don't think that money's going to buy you happiness, because it won't. I'm broke. I'm a disabled person. I get a fixed income every day. I don't have a fancy car or fancy house or anything like that. I live, you know, month to month, but I'll tell you what, I'm happy. Why? Because I have my life, I have my family, I have people that care about me, I have people that love me, and I'm alive, and right now I'm healthy. That's not going to last forever, but you know, I want to take advantage of what I got for right now. And with that, I want to yield my time back to Ty here.
All right, yeah. So y'all heard that. Appreciate that. This is, like I said, it's turning to be a good thing for them, because they get to see this stuff firsthand. They get to see all the difference of how folks react, and how, you know, folks are try to come in here, and no matter what, they try to justify these actions. And I always say this: some of my greatest lessons in how I'm able to do this is because how I was as a father. You know, if I get on my sons about something, here's what they do here. What you see here in these spaces, that people will get upset and they will get pissed off. They get triggered because they feel like, man, why are you saying this about them? Why? See, the thing is, people are focused on the fact that you are disciplining them and not focusing on why you're disciplining them. We never get to the why, because people always want to just stay on the why. You saying this about them? How come you're not saying this about the white? Well, white people do it too. Well, how come to see? We're talking about what you are doing right now and what you did. So don't try to distract and try to point the finger nowhere. We're talking about what you did, and this is what people like to do. They want to jump in there and say, "Well, it's not all their fault." Yes, it is. They did it. Well, no, you can't really blame. Yes, I can. They did it. Well, it's not. Yes, I can. We see it on TV right there. Now, again, I understand. And I said it again. We know that it starts at home. But the fact that we're seeing these kids do this, you need to show these kids that when you do stuff like this, you are going to get in trouble for it. But when we got like what's going on up there in Chi-Town and other places like this, other cities that's even ran like this, and even households that are ran like this, where they allow kids to have this type of actions and is not being checked and is not being disciplined, is not being corrected, you're going to continue to have that same type of behavior. That's why, like, I'm not saying, like I said, we're not talking about no specific ones in this room, but there are some ones that had to absolutely sit there and had to really get on them, and I had to break that out of them. I had to break it, period. Because if I wouldn't have, that behavior would have continued, and we would not see who y'all are flourished into right now. Everybody in this room have had some shape, form, or fashion of correction, because if it was not needed, then you would not be here right now. We just keeping it real.
Oh, my bad. Go.
What's going on, Reckless Racer? How you doing?
What's good, Ty? How's it going, man?
It's going.
Man, I'm gonna let homeboy slide since he's broke and disabled on his commentary earlier. I'm gonna let that slide because I'm not broke and I'm not disabled. So I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let it slide because you're Ty's friend, and I do agree with you. I don't agree with how you said it. It's that simple, and that's just
fair enough. I respect that. Yeah, no, fair enough. I respect that.
But like the attempt to sidestep the action and not make it's a cultural thing, and it's been happening since the release of slaves. Since historically, there's always been two separate cultures within the community, the communita, if you would. There always has been, because there were problems between the released slaves and when they migrated up north. There was no segregation up north until after slavery was over, because there was such a culture clash. And nobody wants to talk about that, but like, we've allowed the negative influence of the culture to become the culture. And there has to be a definitive line where people go, nah, that's not it. And we're at that line where people are going to have to start making choices, because I'm not an advocate. I as having money and happy, I understand that everybody ain't going to make it. They're not.
Y'all just heard that. Keep going, Reckless.
And you got to leave the dead to tend to the dead. We are in a pivotal point in this country's history, not just within the Black culture, but this country also, because we're a part of this. And the thing that y'all don't understand is, like, you'll see a lot of people talking about this is going to descend into civil war. I'll tell you this, and this is coming from the side of people that got money and are happy. It's not going to be us that are going to be out here dying. It's going to be y'all. Because we have the ability to sidestep this whole shit. Like, I could leave tomorrow if I needed to. I'm out of here. I'll come back and buy all this up after y'all burn it. And the group of circle of people that I'm around, that's what's going on. We're not talking about race. We don't want to be around this culture.
What I tell y'all. Keep going, Reckless. What I tell y'all. I told y'all.
They don't want to be around this culture.
Now,
nobody wants to. Now it's not. And the thing that I want them to understand is, this culture is a decision. You are not your circumstance. You choose to do. Have the same internet that I have, and I'll tell you straight up, I've been where you've been, 100%. Like, I should be in jail or dead right now. What I went through a complete decade of pure blackness. Like, I was probably in some worse scenarios than some of you kids sitting there. It's a decision. And when you choose to walk that different path, you are going to be the odd man out in the social group that you were in. I only hang out with about 3 people that I came up with that actually know me how I used to be, because they also made that decision to change.
Yep. I'm the
Now,
same.
I mean, it is what it is, because the deal is, when you're part of a culture that's that toxic, the regression is to the mean. So if you start doing something different than the pack, it makes everyone around you uncomfortable. It
Yep.
makes them feel inadequate. And instead of going, hey, I need to check myself and step my game up, they go, I want you to bring your game back down.
Because they're insecure. They don't know.
It's not even
Now, wait, Reckless Ray.
Yes, sir.
When you said,
Yes, sir.
when you just said to bring the game back up, what did you say after that?
I said, well, they're going to want you to bring the game back down. And if you're not willing to do that, they're going to do everything that they can to get you caught up. They'll go so far as you'll have people who you came up with that will try to take your life, because they do not want to see you win that much, because they're not willing to move. And they'd rather see you up out of here than see you successful and have to go, oh, well, we went through the same thing, and like, I just didn't make anything of myself.
They're lazy, jealous
Now,
motherfuckers.
the reason why I wanted Reckless Ray to repeat what he just said, because what did y'all just hear when I was just speaking last Friday? What did y'all hear them say about me at that place? What did y'all hear them say? What did I tell y'all? Because I don't act like that. And what I tell y'all, what they say, you don't come to the hood. You don't come to the. I told y'all that's what they do. Cancer cannot help but be cancer. That's why I told y'all that's exactly what they're gonna do. Now, just like y'all, you hear it in the hood, man. I'm just trying to get up out of here, man. The minute you do, watch they get pissed off and come for you. You not good. So you think you better than us now? You bougie nigga. You Uncle Tom. You portion. So them white folks got to you, huh? Because they want you to come back there and be miserable with them. That's exactly what they don't want you to be successful and happy. But guess what? The guy that I showed y'all on Saturday, the ones I grew up with in the hood. What did I tell y'all about? What I'm telling y'all is that there are some people that I introduced them to that I grew up with, and I'm not hating on them. I'm not gonna say their names. They got to meet them, but these guys still staying in the mama house, don't really have no job, on food stamps and stuff themselves. They sloppy. I'm just being real. Y'all saw them. Y'all saw that they sloppy. They dingy looking. And like somebody called them. Y'all seen that? And what did they say to y'all? What did what these guys told them? They said, hey, we grew up with this dude. Matter of fact, and they told these young people, they said Ty then was poorer than they was what you might consider like at that time, like kind of middle class. They had the Jordans, the freaking Grant Hills, they had the Allen Iverson shoes. While these people was telling me, hey man, I remember Ty had some shoes. He taped the end of them and all that because his shoes was talking. We used to make fun of them and da. They sitting there telling these youth, hey, don't do what we did. Like this, we was in the same place this dude was, and he went on and did this, and they seen me catch all type of hell and hate. But then yet at the same time, they seen that because those guys who still had opportunities that I did, they decided not to actually take advantage of those opportunities with going to school and doing something better, getting into an apprenticeship or skill. What they're doing right now, they just stand outside all day and look to see cars ride by. I told you, it's crazy, ain't it? So yeah, I told y'all. And so Reckless, when you just made that comment there, when you were just saying how you had your moment of having the you said your moment of pretty much having the blackness, you resonated with my 17-year-old because he was like, what? Dude, that's crazy, because he just came out of that himself.
Oh no, it's good that he came out at 17. I didn't get out until I was in my 20s, and in a mess, and had to retool myself to be in society from scratch. Like,
and go ahead.
But the one thing that I was going to say for the younger people, that at least what I experienced, I don't know if they're still doing this, but like when I was coming up, anything that I did that was productive, everybody in the circle would be like, that's white people shit. Why are you doing that? If they're still doing that, I'm just telling you.
What I tell y'all,
people like that, do that stuff. Whatever they're telling you, if you hear that that's white people shit, do that. Do that. You have to. It's so bad that you have to like look. If you're in a situation like I was, you got to look at everybody around you and literally do the polar opposite of all of them at all times.
And I totally.
Most like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, Reckless, I
my bad.
completely and 100% agree with you with what you said here a little bit ago, too, is when you said that it's a culture thing, because you're 100% right. It's a culture thing.
Yeah. No,
it's a culture problem in our society.
Yeah, it's a culture problem because this is happening to everyone. It's just like the dumbing down of society happening all around us.
Yeah, and they're making it easy. They're making it. They're rewarding it. They're going to reward you with excuses for why you're doing stuff. They're going to say,
Yep.
"Oh, you don't have a dad. Your parents. Oh, your parents were doing this. Oh, you don't have money."
Reckless Ray. Reckless Ray. You've probably been on what, maybe, I would say anywhere between 5 to 10 panels of mine, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have not personally met Reckless Ray, y'all. I have not personally met this guy at all. I didn't know he was going to come on the panel today. Did I tell you to say any of the stuff you just said, Reckless?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean,
and Reckless Ray, and I'm not going to give it a location, but you are somewhere. I mean, I'm not going to say the city, but you're out of Kansas, right?
I myself all the time. I'm in Kansas City.
He in Kansas.
I dox myself. Like, if somebody got a problem, like, roll up. Like this is my city, dude. This is my playpen. Like, you ain't gonna get, like.
The reason I'm saying that is because Reckless is all the way in Kansas. And look what he's saying right now. You would swear that what he just got done saying to y'all, that me and this dude came up together. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now that's what he means, and that's what they're saying, that it's a culture. How are we like this? How are we like this everywhere? We like this everywhere.
For real. Yeah. Yo, but the good thing about it is, Reckless and MRN, like, if you do make a choice to be above average, it's far easier than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, because there's so much more, derelict people.
Yeah, 100%. If you're disciplined at all right now, you're a winner.
Yep.
You just haven't. You might be at the beginning of that path. Like, I don't know if you guys know Nidish. I was talking to him the other day, and he tried to tell me he was poor, and he told me some of the moves he was making. I was like, you're not poor. You're just not seeing the results, and I can see where you're going if you stay on this. Like, I can see it for you. Like, I know what the end result of your actions are right now. Looking at what you've told me from what you're doing, if you're actually doing that, you're not poor. You just ain't seen the results yet, but they're coming. Like, and that, well, it's the thing is, when you're in those desperate situations, cognitively, the way that your brain is functioning, you are thinking very short term. You're thinking about getting through the next tomorrow.
Yeah, you're in survival mode.
Yeah, and so you're not looking long term, but there becomes a pivot point if you're disciplined anyway. Once you start getting those little wins where it frees up that fog and you can see way further out. You can also look at other people and see further out based on their actions where they're going. Yep. Makes it really easy to weed people out.
And that's also that abundance mentality versus scarcity mentality. Like,
right. I mean, I'm not gonna tell. I'm not an airy fairy person. I'm a A-type. I'm a competitor. I like winning. I'm in business. I own a business. I want everyone else who does what I do to be at home starving. Like, that's what I want. But that doesn't mean that there's not, like, obviously I can't do every single job that comes by my company. I can't do them all. That's just not possible right now. Not that I'm not going to try, but I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going out of my way to make these dudes' lives worse, but it's like we are competing. And that's the thing you need to understand. There are winners and there are losers. If you wake up every day and you are disciplined and you go through those motions, even when you don't want to, which is honestly when discipline matters. Yep. Is when things aren't going your way or you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel and you keep going. That's discipline. When you can do that, you are a threat. You are a threat. You are a competitor at that point. Because anything you set your mind to, you're going to see it through. But people want to do the work, and like my associations in Kansas City, like I'm affiliated with Strange Music. I've done a bunch of music videos with them. I've seen artists come into that company and go out of that company. I've seen artists that have had literally all their friends' music. Absolutely. But I've seen artists that have had all their circle signed but them. And they're still just around riding coattails because they don't put in the work. It's not that they're not talented. They don't work. They think because they're associated, they deserve it. And I've seen this cat All three of his homies signed. This dude still not signed. And he's the dopest one out of the group.
Wow.
And Strange Music is a big record label too, man.
100%. On the Forbes list, man. Like, they're doing it. Like, but that's the thing. It's like you have to have discipline. You have to. Especially in this day and age, because there's going to be a consistent stream of distractions and excuses. And neither one of those net any type of forward motion. Look at all the people who are running in the Victim Olympics right now that are still complaining about slavery because they read about it in a book. They ain't even experienced it.
What I tell y'all?
Don't even have a direct relative they can look at that was like, you saw a slave. Like, they're just upset about something they read.
That's a fact.
And not moving forward. These people are all broke. Like,
say that again. Okay. Yeah. These people are all what, Reckless?
They're all broke and failing at life. And slavery is the excuse, even though they was never in bondage.
Yep.
Now he in Kansas. Y'all heard? He is in Kansas. Me and this dude never personally met. He black. He had his own black thuggish experience and all that. Look how he came. How did he and I arrive to the same conclusion? And we didn't grow up together. I told y'all. This is why I'm glad that this was not. I'm just glad everything that y'all hearing right now. I'm glad that this happened this way because y'all, I know y'all hear from me a lot, but the fact that y'all heard it from a white woman, a white man, two other black men on here now. There's another guy on here named Angry Snowman.
He's about to tell you the same thing because I know. I know a bunch of successful black men.
I totally agree with what Reckless says. You know, I said that I was broke and everything now.
You cut Angry Snowman off.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, man, where I grew up in Lima, man, I knew a bunch of successful black men.
Is he still on?
He's talking. He obviously can't hear me.
How can he not hear you? I can hear you.
I can hear him too.
Yeah, I don't hear.
That's weird.
I don't hear him.
Okay, well, when he gets done, I'll let you know. Then
I'll just put my hand
up.
Okay. Let him know I'll put my hand up when I'm done.
I see a picture on here with a little circle thing on it. Then I see.
He needs to refresh because I got my
Racer.
Refresh your screen, Raven, because everybody can see him. We can see him clear as day.
I'm cammed up now.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
But yeah, dude, I know several. What you would consider, successful black dudes, but every time something goes the wrong way over their way, I mean, these guys own one of these guys. They own their own building in town that has two separate businesses in it that they rent. They lease it out. One is the one of the local studios in town, and they still, every time something goes the wrong way, blame systemic racism, oppression, and the white man for their for failures. They say they still believe that systemic racism even exists, and I look at them and I say, how is that possible when your mom and dad raised 12 black kids in this town? 12, mind you. None of you ended up in jail. Only one of them passed away. 3 of them got involved with gang affiliation in Lima. That's how the one passed away, but the other 2 got out of it. The rest of the kids, all in their family, they've all went out to become successful kids that all went to college, mind you. All of them went to college, not just one. All right. And then they own properties in town. They own their own homes, but yet they still want to use this bullcrap dichotomy of systemic racism, white privilege. Well, where's the privilege at? How am I privileged over you when you fly to Trinidad five times a year? Where am I flying to? Because I can barely afford to take my kids camping in the summer.
That's a white man saying this, y'all. Yeah.
Your parents actually, how are you going to sit and say that you didn't have generational wealth handed down to you when your parents helped all you guys get started? You want to know what my parents did? They left me a bill. I started out with a messed up credit score because my father, who got divorced from my mom, he decided that he wanted to use my name for all of his bills and not pay them. So I started out in life as an adult with a negative credit score because of my own dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a high school dropout that didn't get his GED until he was 32 years old.
Okay, and not to cut you off, Snowman, you just said you were a high school dropout, right?
Yes, I am.
So that means every last one of y'all, except for y'all, y'all four that haven't graduated yet, y'all already got him beat now. So yeah, huh?
No, I got my GED now, but
right. But I'm just saying the fact that
Right.
the fact that y'all got through high school. He said he dropped out. So where is his? Y'all see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Snowman.
You know, I grew up with my mom divorced on welfare. You know, I had to work through school from the time I was in the 4th grade until I dropped out of school, and the cafeteria at school to pay for me and my sister's lunches at school because I wasn't going to take the free lunches. You know, where I went to school, they made it very clear if you got free lunch or if you had the school lunch. You know, they had different colored lunch tickets, so everybody.
Yep.
Did. And I wasn't doing it. I'd rather just go ahead and serve everybody their lunch during the lunch break. You know what I'm saying? At least I was working for mine. You know, my privilege was this. You know, if I wanted stuff when I was a kid growing up because my mom couldn't afford, you know, the brand name shoes, I had 7 different lawns that I mowed in the summertime. I had probably 7 or 8 different properties that I did, you know, leaf removal and tree limb removal in the fall and winter time. And in the wintertime, I shoveled snow all winter long. You know, that's how I made money. And then by the time I was in high school, I ended up getting a job at the new Wendy's in the town right beside where I lived. The town was like maybe 3 miles away. I would go to school in the morning. I'd get out of school, and then I would get on my bike because my mom wouldn't let me have a car. I would get on my mountain bike, and I'd ride my bike 3-4 miles to the Wendy's from school. You know, run Wendy's and close it out because I happened to be the closing shift manager and was still in high school. All right. And then ride my bike home every night. I'd do my homework while I was at school. I didn't get home from work to some nights till 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know, and this is at 16 years old. You know, so where's my privilege? I grew up in a town where because I was poor, everybody did accuse me of everything that went wrong in town. If something came up missing or something got broke, you know, in the city, it was me that got accused of it because I was the poor kid whose parents were on welfare. I was the kid that was constantly getting followed around in stores because they thought I was stealing because I was the poor kid, you know, spending my mom's food stamps back when they were the paper food stamps.
All right? Harry just literally, I'm not trying. 3 of them over here just got done saying literally what she just stated right there. She said he sound like a black man. And look, they said, wait a minute, and dude, white. I told y'all, this is the blinders they want to put over every last one of us to make it seem like only us go through this. You see what I'm saying? Any one of y'all in here? Are y'all doing even remotely close to what he just got done saying he did as a white man? See what I'm saying? Don't it make you feel something? Don't see with that right there. Don't it seem like you kind of got it way easier than what he did? That's what I'm talking about. This one, look, what y'all be able to do, y'all be able to take this whole session right here. No, I recorded it. I'm recording it. Y'all be able to take this whole thing and go back home, show it. Because I know y'all mom and them are all on board and everything, but I'm saying y'all little brothers and sisters, there's 11, 10, 9, 8, whatever like that. Y'all be able to show them this right because this, like Angry Snowman, Reckless Ray, and all that, Mo and Raven, these are the stories that they try to keep from y'all. They don't want y'all to hear. They don't want y'all to hear that there's white people out there that struggled and went through crazy stuff just like he did. But it's only us though. I know it's BS saying that. I know. I told you. That's how you know that something is being put against us to make us all be divided. And like he just mentioned the whole slavery and thing like that. Like, yeah. See what I'm saying? We about to get upset over something that did not happen to us. And not only that, it is not happening to us. And on top of that, there's still slavery going on across the pond, and nobody is rising up. You don't see Black Lives Matter rising up over there, do you? No.
Actually, the biggest lie that was ever sold to all of us as a collective was that one person's got it better than the other because of skin tone. That was the biggest lie ever sold to us, because I'm going to tell you right now, every single one of us that are breathing air right now have all had the same fair shake as the next. The only thing that's determined the outcome is how we decide and determine we want to move around through life. I could have been just like everyone else. I started out with a screwed up chance in life. Might have took me a little bit longer than most to get to where I am, but I still got to where I am. And it was because I didn't give up. It was because I didn't stop trying, and that's something that we got to start telling. We need, I'm assuming you got young kids there. That's something that you young kids need to understand is you never stop trying. You never give up. You never let anyone tell you you can't. As soon as you say that, as soon as you allow them to tell you you can't, then you've already let yourself lose. And that's what it is.
Y'all notice, hear what he said right there? That's what, see, y'all didn't catch that, but I mean, I just want y'all to hear that part. That's why I teach y'all to listen to words and all that. He just got done saying, as soon as you allow them to tell you that. And what he's saying, and what that's is deep. What he's saying is that, in other words, when you are allowing it, when they're saying this stuff to you, when you let it get in you and in your conscious in your mind, and you accept it as being truth, because this person might have been a friend of yours, you allowed that to get into your body. You allowed it to get into your spirit. That's what I'm talking about. You allow it. You can easily, like I told y'all, I tell y'all, Mrs. Ty does this all the time, where somebody can be telling me something. I don't agree with them, but I'm just doing like, I'm like, I'm only nodding my head because I'm listening to you, but it don't mean I agree with you. That's what I'm telling y'all. So even if y'all buddies on the streets is telling y'all certain things, you can, right. But consciously, you don't accept it. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
And I'm gonna tell you what, as far as the people that are the closest to you, if you have family that's telling you that there's someone preventing you from getting anywhere and that you aren't going to be able to do what the next man can, then I'm here to tell you they don't give a crap about you. Because anybody that gives a crap about you is going to make sure that you know that and put it in your mind that you can do anything regardless of what anybody tries to stop you from. I had that crappy upbringing, but my mom still made sure that I knew that I could be anything I wanted to be when I grew up. It was all on me.
And that's kind of person you got to respect right there. Somebody who has had a hard life but didn't give up. I was saying before I had some technical difficulties. I said, earlier I said that I was broke and everything, but I'll tell you what. It's not because I'm choosing not to do anything. It's because right now, all my money is going to make my life better. I got a house that I'm putting together that I can move into to be back on my own again. I'm looking to start, getting a car. I'm going to get my license and get a car again. I'm going to get my life back together again, because I don't want to be one of those people that just sit around and do nothing. I might not have a lot of money, but I work for what I have.
So okay, so I'll give you that. That's fair. So see, there was no context given. I went off what you said.
My God was listening.
But
see all that property back there? That's all mine now.
Yeah,
y'all
that's
see
awesome. But the other thing that the kids need to understand is, like, the internet can be used, because I saw that there was a bunch of talk about they're able to
both got a Misfit shirt. My bad.
Oh, that's dope, dude. I dig it.
That is dope. But when they were talking about how the internet is used for bad,
nice.
Like me and Snowman, like, we talk offline, and I met him on here. Like, you can find people of like mind, even if there's no one around you. You can connect with people all over because we have the internet.
Yep.
So it, like, just because there's no one in your immediate area, like, obviously, like, at least the people that are in my circle, like the people that I mess with, like, they all have access to me offline if they need it.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there are communities being built
Absolutely
in real time on the internet, because a lot of people are in situations where they're the odd man out.
Look, we're to the point now. A lot of us, we're to the point now that we're so tired of this race hustle and narrative that everybody's pushing that we're starting channels and fighting back and pushing back on that stuff. And the most aggressive way. They want to look, dude, if they want to sit and, like, for me, if they want to sit and say I'm racist, well, then I guess what? I'll get up here and I'll say some of the most ridiculously racist shit, laughing my ass off to you just to get you in your feels.
I told y'all exactly, because we know good and well. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, because we know we know. I told y'all that it's gonna get to a point to where people gonna be like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done with this, and they just gonna and don't care if it's gonna hurt your feelings because it does not matter. All this stuff you guys hearing them talking about right now, when it comes to actually living and having a job and doing things in the real world, that stuff don't apply. Your feelings and all that stuff does not apply when it comes to like I told y'all seen what I did on my job, right? When we hiring somebody in or something like that, I don't care what this person's feelings is. All I gonna know is about that resume and what your resume tells me that what you're gonna be able to do to make me money. I told y'all. But if you say, well, my feelings and I grew and I'm black and black people got it hard, I'm gonna say, get out. This is not for you. I'm saying? You're not about to bring that to this job. That's why we have a high 95% rating, because I set the tone and the atmosphere for the ones that's going to come in here and work within these facilities.
Right. That makes sense. But also that racism stuff, like, it pigeonholes yourself.
It does.
Yeah.
Puts up a mental roadblock and prevents
or
you
as
from
they
being
say,
able to get. And one of the things that I heard, because
or as they say, I don't get.
There was a lot of things that I was ignorant to. He must have a lag.
Or as they go ahead.
You delayed. Go ahead, Snowman.
Man, you better get your Joe Biden Wi-Fi fixed, brother. Usually it's me that's got the bad lag.
Is that am I better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Answer me. Say yes. Say yes.
Woo. Wait. Say yes. Do it again, Angry Snowman.
Say yes. That's about a 20-second delay right there.
Man, yeah, that is a deep delay.
But hell, I forgot what I was saying.
Am I delaying still?
Yeah, you're still delaying.
Yeah, big time.
Got like a 20-second delay, brother. But
all right.
All that property I just showed you guys on my camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's 2 acres that me and the wife have now. And when me and the wife started out 10 years ago, everything me and her owned collectively fit in one bedroom of a house.
Nice. Congratulations, man. That's what's up.
Me and her have literally built everything that we have together, and we started from nothing. Literally.
See what I'm saying? I told y'all this is what this is about, man. Y'all got a couple of them over here in their feelings, not in a bad way. I'm talking about in a real good way. Like, they over here like, man, like, that's crazy, bro. Like, dude, I told y'all, bamboozle, ain't it? This is what they do. Now, what you guys just hearing all these different testimonies of these different people, like that Reckless Ray breaking like he did, Angry Snowman, the Raven, Moy, you guys hearing them saying what they are saying right now about ones that look exactly like us, and them telling their stories of what they went through as white people themselves. Shouldn't y'all be asking, why are they who was pushing this doing this to us? So who really, now I'm just being real, this is just something I want y'all to think about. Who really is the one that's trying to keep the black man down?
Nobody.
Who did they vote back in again up in Chicago with these videos y'all just seen? What type of individual did they just vote back in that's going to allow that to continue, to allow this rhetoric to get pushed out, to allow y'all to keep on being told this stuff that they just completely just obliterated in front of y'all face? That's the issue right there.
Well, here's something to think about too. How is a black man being held down at all today, when today, if you really think about it, as far as social media and the social aspect of our country goes, the straight white man is public enemy number one in this country. It's okay to talk crap about him, be racist to him, be prejudiced to him, say whatever you want about him, but and everybody acts like it isn't happening, so it's okayed and it's ignored all in the same time.
Yeah,
as if it's not going on. But let someone like me, a straight white male, clap back at anybody. Just clap back at somebody for saying something to me negatively, and then all of a sudden, all them cards are coming out, all of them.
Yeah.
Every last one, and that's why I'm to the point now. Look, dude, you guys, Modern Renaissance Man on this panel probably has known me the longest. I've been around a lot of spaces here, and I've dealt with a lot of ignorant people on here, and I'm to the point now where I'm just done. Look, Most of these people are not. Look, I refuse to accept the fact that most of these black people on here that want to push this race hustling bullshit are that ignorant. I refuse to believe it.
But you know what?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the unfortunate reality is there is a lot of people, brown people in America, who've never been outside that bubble, unfortunately.
Facts.
And look, and here's the thing. This is why this, and see, wait, how many, raise your hand if this is your first time being in my house. Okay. Yeah, this is why I've done this to like 4 of them, because I tell them this story about I told them a story about how when I was younger, I said in Chicago areas, all we knew was a concrete jungle. Never seen anything besides that. And because of how we grew up, they know the story. We didn't have TV, cable, whatever like that. All we knew is what we seen on TV or what it might have looked like. But because it was TV, you really couldn't say that's real. But this guy, and I told y'all gonna see him too. This guy named Keith Anderson of Homework Hangout, who have that school program, phenomenal thing. That's why this is what I'm giving back for. And that's why I actually do this, because he just did one thing. He put us in a van and he drove us out to I'm just being real with y'all. He just drove us out to just a middle-class suburban neighborhood. We were all like, whoa, man, we like, dude, look at that grass. Like, do they know their windows are open? We can see in their house. Like, wait a minute, time out. We were like, time out, bro. They don't even got bars on their windows. Why they ride their bikes in the street like this? Don't they know that they can get hit? We was like, our minds were blown. And Keith simply said, you can have this same exact thing too. And we were like, what? How? Well, no, we can't. Yes, you can. Well, Keith, we was like, man, look who we all seen there. But we ain't seen nothing but white people and some Indian people, but you don't see nobody look like us in this. He's like, they know. If you want what they have, he said, you can have that. And guess what? Our next thing was how. And he was just like, well, let me show you. And while I'm showing you this, we're not going to be distracted by all that other nonsense. If you want that right there, we're only going to keep your focus on that and that alone. And then and thank God, I came from a single parent home. Y'all know that. Y'all met my mom and all that. And she would tell them too. She knew that when we got to a certain age, it was 4 of us. And we were like a year apart. All 4 of us are a year apart. Matter of fact, me and my oldest brother, we barely a year apart because we the same age for 13 days. And Keith got a hold of us. And that masculinity, that authority, he did not play with us. He whooped us. He would take us and boom up against the wall. If we got out, he did not play around. But at the same time, he kept our focus right there. He was like, nope, I know what's going on such and such street. I know y'all friends doing all this, but this is what we gonna do. And look what happened, y'all. All because, and that's why I say, like, to y'all right now, that's why y'all, I told you, that's why I say I give a shout out and I thank y'all parents that y'all don't have a computer in your house and that y'all don't have a phone. This is what I'm talking about, because the idea is to stay focused on where y'all going. And that's what I'm saying. And y'all hearing these stories right here, right now. Now, again, the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because y'all that's listening right now on YouTube, a lot of them, depending on the age, they don't, ain't no phones. They in the house, there ain't no computer. They have no social media, unless, I'm just keeping it real, I know there's ways y'all can sneak and do stuff, whatever like that. I'm just saying it might be some Judases in here. I'm keeping it real. So what I'm saying that for is that the most of the time when we do this, and if I go on panels and go live, they only hear and know about things that we talk about because of this right here. And I'm just saying, some of y'all seen, look, I'm just being real. I'm not hating on nobody else's panel, how they do things, but they got to sit and I let them watch some of the other panels that I've gone on before. And they always say, how come your panels always seem to be structured and nobody on here cussing each other out? And y'all get to see it. Y'all make y'all own judgment. I'm not gonna say, y'all can think of that about that in your head, why we don't have nobody in here calling each other these dusty. I'm talking about on this panel. None of us are roasting each other. None of us are coming at each other. None of us are mother FI this, and we not doing any of that.
It's called respect.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is how men communicate. This is how men are supposed to communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Like, I mean, you can,
with a general level of respect for each other.
Yep.
I do have one piece of pushback. When it comes to systemic racism, if you were in the criminal justice system or the mental health field, that it still exists there. I like 100%. And like, I grew up in one, worked in the other. So like at that point, it's just don't be a criminal. Basically.
Bro, I swear this is really like a guy. Hey, this is really like a guy saying, because Friday we're gonna be getting with somebody that actually was a mentee of mine. He's LD, he probably, I want to say he's probably 29, but he actually is a criminal defense lawyer. And he gonna be talking to them about that very thing, Reckless. Like he was like, it's just crazy. And and here's the bad thing about it. Although you heard Reckless just say that, and we're telling y'all that there is some systemic things in there that's actually set up against you, our job is just like I do in medicine, preventative. And y'all, I'm telling y'all,
don't participate.
What you need to understand too is there's also systemic things that are set in there to hurt poor white people as well. And
100%, and to that context, like what to your statement earlier, to give you your credit where credit's due, the cost of racism is poor and middle class white people.
Yep,
that is the cost of racism.
Those are
which means that they're willing. It's a willingness to sacrifice your own to get at a group that you don't want to deal with.
But may I say something? When it comes to that, though, I just think there's a lot of victim mentality, and also, like in the immigrant community, if that was the case, there wouldn't be as many successful immigrants.
But look, man, the thing is the way the court system is structured. If you look at it, most people that can afford legal counsel, they will have a totally different outcome in their legal experience in a court than a poor or middle class.
Oh, yeah, in that sense.
Paycheck by paycheck, white or black.
In that sense, yeah, but that's what he said, don't be a criminal then. Yeah, I get that.
That's why don't be a criminal.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general, though, like I think that kind of whole thing is blown up or overrated or whatever you want to call it in today's time.
You're wrong.
But then in the same aspect too, you get to some of these smaller farm town communities, like over where I lived, man. My relatives got in trouble with the law so damn much that when I went to court for things, the judge already recognized my last name. So the last name alone, was a red flag to him, made him see red right from jump. Oh, so you're part of this clan. So,
hey, angry man, not to cut you off, dude. This is some crazy godsend stuff going on right now. I'm telling you. I literally just got done telling them that whenever I got out of school and I went back to go work around my community and all that, I told them that this particular area that I stayed in, I stayed in the suburb area outside of Chi-Town, whatever, and I told them that some stuff was going down, some stuff was happening, and I actually called the police, and the police came out, and they was like, so what was going on? I told them this. They said, can I get your name? And I told them my name. They was like, and when he was writing out, he was like, wait, like, Smith? I was like, yeah. He's like, you not? I'm like, yes. He was like, oh, wow. Well, you know what? I'm proud of you, and I don't even know you, so that's bad. Because he know my family and all what they do and all this in the Chi-Town area. It was like, man, and that's what I was telling him about that, is that he just told y'all that when he went to court, because of his name, there was already a preconceived judgment. And some of y'all know some of your name is tied to what your uncles did, what your dad did, the whole nine. Even if it was some of y'all great uncles that's been in the city and all this, that last name of y'all's is tied to that. So let's just say if y'all were to, y'all not, but let's just say if y'all were to just, happen to get in an encounter with the police and you have to give your last name, it's a possibility. And it can be a black police officer or a white police officer. That's what I'm saying. It's not a race thing I'm trying to throw it in there. All I'm saying is the name. If they associate that name, your name, they probably be like, okay. And then I said, and I told y'all, don't be surprised. Some of these police officers have been in the game for a long time. They will say to you, like, okay, this is just a name I'm throwing out there. Let's just say if it's McIntosh. If the police pull you over, or if you just whatever, something going down, and he said, what's your name? He said, my name is Thomas McIntosh. He goes, now your daddy or your uncle, you're not related to like Jerry McIntosh or Tom McIntosh. And you like, oh God, yeah. That's what they would do. And so when they do that, and I hate to say it, they try to associate seed. They was like, okay, you might be bad seed. So even if it's a black police officer or a white police officer, it's not that it's a race thing. They're associating you with that name. So in their minds, they're already like, oh crap, some bad news. If you saw such a nephew,
you come from a bad bloodline, man.
Come from a bad blood. But it's been like that since the beginning of time when it comes to that sort of thing. That's not race related.
Well, no. But what I was going to say in the regards to you not being right about it not existing in 2023, like I can tell you reference point from here. My chick is high up in the mental health field, so she goes to these court cases. She's white, and the stuff that these judges say when it's in their in company of like
That
skinned
I know.
people.
That I know.
They do say that she literally got kicked out of court because she had 2 clients that did the exact same thing in the exact same circumstance.
I'm not saying it
And
doesn't happen and there's
they
not
pass
still the
down
good old
different
boys.
judgment. But but you did say that it doesn't exist. That's
No,
what I'm
okay,
saying. I'm
look,
like, don't.
no. I said it was very much hyped up in today's time. I understand they still got that good old boys club, as they say. Yes, I get that. But what I'm saying is a lot of people, especially in the so-called community, use it as a crutch. That's what I'm saying. Obviously,
Okay. I give you
there's
that.
people that really have issues out there. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to discredit people that really going through some stuff, but you know, it's not like everybody's going outside and having a Rodney King incident.
Right. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm certainly I haven't. So
I haven't.
I haven't had so much like a Rodney King incident, but I've been roughed up by the cops before. Because look, dude, I'll be honest with you. Because I got where I lived, because the cops and stuff already knew my uncles and my dad and stuff, and already gave me a shitty start at everything. I just went ahead and ran with it, and get for the first probably 10 years of my adult life. I did exactly what they said, assumed I was going to, since they were already assuming that I was going to be a piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been bounced off of the hood of police cars. I've been, smacked around while I had handcuffs on me. But the thing is this. I also reached a point in my life to where I realized the error of my own ways. And see, there's a difference in being a complete and total ass face to someone for no reason at all, because that's my problem with a lot of these First Amendment auditors. They instigate a lot of the problems that they have themselves just with their attitude.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can respectfully exercise your rights. You can do it in a respectful way. You do not have to be a prick about it. And that's something that I had to learn early on, was to not be a prick about things, because it was my prickish, smart-ass mouth, because I thought I knew some shit, that always got me in trouble. Now, see, once I came to the realization of all these things and said, well, probably chances are a lot of the issues that I had was my own doing anyhow, just because of my attitude. Because I would already start off an interaction with law enforcement with an aggressive posture towards them. How can you expect another grown man who's your superior at that, not only your superior, but also, when I was growing up, my elder, and I'm already starting out with an aggressive, disrespectful posture towards the cop when they come up with me about anything. And I already know that I'm the one that did wrong. I'm the one that messed up. And I'm the one with the attitude,
So you see that, y'all, that you see that the police roughed him up because he white. That's what they roughed him up for.
Well,
y'all see what I'm saying? I know.
Ty, the thing is when I came back to that same town 10 years later, I was a different person. They initially, because it was one of them small towns where they ain't got nothing better to do but run license plates all night long, to see if you got, your driver's license and this, that, and the third. And they were following me around when I first came into town all the time, till finally one day I pulled over and I said, look, I know that I got a reputation. I know that you guys ran my plate the first time around and went to dispatch, ran it back, and then somebody in the department said, you need to keep an eye on that kid because he's nothing but trouble. Well, look, I'm not trouble. I want you to understand something. I know the law. I've done nothing but study what my rights are and what your rights aren't. As long as you don't violate me, I'm not going to violate you. I'm just a guy trying to get by and raise my family right now. That's all I'm trying to do. You don't have to follow me around, because if you're going to continue to follow me around and harass me, then I will turn around and lawfully start following you around and harassing you.
They said, swear this dude sound like a black person. I told y'all. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Hey, y'all, man, y'all, this has been really, really, really good, man. I got to get ready to feed them. If y'all want, y'all got some last words y'all want to throw out there to these beautiful young folks here, these beautiful young men and women.
I just had a real quick question, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Kids get in trouble and get sent to hang out with you.
Well,
That's great.
yeah. Well, here's the thing: the
Bro,
ones
I'm
that
about
are
to head up there right now. And see
Yeah, I just
Ty's
got
about
in
to be my
trouble.
new
Let me
best
go
friend,
up
bro.
there.
well, the thing is that what it is that some of now not all of them, but some of them in here from a school thing, they were considered to be at risk, whatever like that. Everybody in here right now, I have had all of them more than 5 years.
Oh wow!
Wow. You know
Yeah,
what? I used to be
all of
one
them.
of those kids, and I could just say, kids, man, keep your head up and listen to this gentleman here because it may sound crazy, some of the things he's saying at your age, but in the long run, he's got your best interest.
Man,
Yeah, and
honestly,
four of them reckless. I don't know if you was here early when I say this reckless, but four of them, their moms signed. They no, but y'all don't know who they are. But four of them, their mothers signed over guardianship to me and my wife.
oh wow, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's like
I'll tell you. I'll
Mad
tell
respect,
you what,
dude.
bro.
Mad respect to you, brother.
They
Yeah,
just tried
super
to keep me
respect.
from. They just tried to keep me from graduating. Like I wish I would have had a tie in my life.
Exactly.
You know,
Me too,
bro.
man. They try to
Like
keep me from graduating too.
facts. Like I just came back.
Bro.
They were like, well, "You don't
Yo.
get to talk to nobody. We
Bro.
don't want you here."
Yeah.
The reason I didn't graduate is because the principal came to me and said, "You know what? You're 18. You ain't got all the. You're like 5 credits shy of what you're going to need next year to graduate. Anyhow, your mom's done moved and went to another state. Nobody knows where she is. You're living in that house by yourself. You might as well just get a job and go get your GED." I said, "Okay, you know where my locker is. Go clean it out," and left. If I would have had a tie right there to help to tell me no.
Yeah.
If I would have had an actual man in my life at that point to give me a little bit of guidance and tell me,
Same.
no, you're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah.
Told you.
Where I would be now would be 100% different. I mean, I wouldn't change anything for the world right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because it helped form you, made you into who you are.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
boat. My life is dope, but like it could have been more efficient.
Same. I could have gone through a lot less headaches if I had more ties in my life when I was in my teens.
And you know, the thing is, because I let them know that I was, man, what I did one time, and I do this with a lot of them. Sometimes we take this trip. How many of y'all went up to with me up in Chi-Town?
Hey, next time you go to Chi-Town, let me know, dude.
Oh, for sure. 6 of y'all did. So what I did is I took them to my family in this certain area, right? And I let my family tell them how I was, and they all sitting there like, dude, are you serious? My wife told them, she was like, if I'd have known that, for one, she was like, if I'd have known that was his family, she was like, I probably know. And then she was like, if I'd have known, because my family told her too, she was like, if I'd have known that he did that stuff at a young age like that, no way. And I told, so when they hear my family tell them how I was as a young man coming up, they looking at me like cows at new gates, like, dude, no way. I'm like, I told y'all I was terrible. I was a terrible individual. That if I'm just being, if numerous of different men, my coach from track and field, my coach from basketball, my tech, even I told them the opportunities, black people, when you come from a single parent home, we got to do taekwondo for free. Master Taylor was a black man. And I told them how Keith Anderson of Homework Kane got big time. Pastor Wilson, a black man. And I even said Dr. Beckton, the one who even got me into medicine. They met him too. I said, y'all, look what, I'm not trying to hate on women, but look what the changing common denominator was. It was these freaking men. These men came in, they didn't BS with me. They told me the truth. Certain ones had qualities. I'm gonna pray with you. Other ones, like I said, Keith Anderson would literally grab if I had an attitude, even if I like, he'll say something that no, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, well, you need to do it because your life is gonna. He would boom. I mean, dude, I'm telling y'all. And then,
but look,
that's why
the
Tough love. You have that tough love. We need that,
bro.
The reason why you have the wisdom you have, though, is because you actually live the stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
and those
Ty.
are the people that are actually the most passive now. The older men that are the most passive and have the most words of wisdom to give are the men that actually went through the stuff and are trying to stop you from doing it yourself. See, there's something that I heard the other day about men and women that is one of the most profound things I've ever heard. Men, when they try to give advice to young men, older men, they do it because they see themselves in those young men. Women,
oh my gosh, that's so true.
Women, when they give advice to young girls, the reason why it fails is because they see themselves as young girls.
Woo!
Woo!
ladies.
Yeah.
And hey,
right.
before y'all go again, this is why. Check this out. With them, I kid you guys not.
That was a bar, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was a bar. That was a
bro,
bar.
bars. Yeah, he said bar. But one thing we do with them and all our mentees, and y'all on this is only 13 of them. There's hundreds. Guess who all are mentoring them? All men.
Beautiful.
I'm just I look, it's been a success. All now we do have success. We do invite women of a certain caliber to come in and talk with them and all that. But when it comes to being personal and mentoring, all men.
That's
I'm
awesome.
just saying this, and it's worked like gold.
Makes sense.
Work and I don't y'all know I don't not to hate on y'all moms. Y'all this is why I tell y'all I don't let y'all moms them try to add no input into what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to add to or take away from what's already working perfectly. Because like I said, a lot of times and like I know it's fine. Somebody will go home and man, I ain't like how Mr. Ty said this and said that, and the mom. Well, maybe if you know. No, quit. No, leave it as it is. Trust me when I'm telling. Leave it as is. But look how they end up turning out. This is what I'm telling y'all. This is awesome, man.
What Ty to you're talking about how terrible you were when you were younger. I had a local university that integrated me into their they did like a history of hip hop immersion course over the summer. They had to lift a restraining order so that I could go teach there so they could pay me.
You were a damn gangster. You were a gangster fucking break dancer, weren't you?
Man,
you were break dancing with your flag in your pocket.
Well,
weren't you?
no. But I mean, I still dance now. Like I'm still active in the community. So, but like it was funny because they were like, "Yeah, we want you to be a part of this course." And the professor reached out. I was like, "Hey, like, just being honest, I need you to make sure I can like come onto the premise legally." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, so like when I was 16, right?"
Dude, yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go around the boards with you, Moe. Y'all want to say some last words, Moe, Angry Snowman, Mr. Raven, and then Reckless. Because I know it. Y'all getting to. I can see it. I know y'all hungry. I know. I got y'all. But this is gonna be way more beneficial than eating food right now. I'm just telling y'all. But yeah, go ahead, Moe. I'm sorry.
It doesn't hurt to let your insides eat themselves every now and again. I'm just saying. It builds character.
Nice. Last words, boy.
Okay, this brings me back, and I'm not gonna say I have regrets, but I could definitely say that. Actually, I wouldn't call it regrets, but there's definitely plenty of things that older people or people I had in my life when I was younger, like Ty, or even my parents. I'm talking to the kids right now that I thought was stupid, or that they, was coming at me hard or whatever. They didn't care, but they was actually telling me that stuff for my better good, and I didn't realize till later in my life.
Nice. All right, man. Yeah, Moy, appreciate you, sir. When I go live again or do these panels or something like that, man, wouldn't mind seeing you up here, sir. So appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you as well. Keep doing your thing, brother.
Hey,
likewise.
Boy, I put man, I was hoping he'd stick around so he could grab the link to my channel that I just put in the back chat. But hey, this is all I got to say, man. Life is what you make of it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything. All right, because you put your mind to it and you can make anything happen, anything at all. It's all the things holding you back are all mental roadblocks that you have created for yourself. And the sooner that you realize, and this is the biggest piece of information that I'll give those youngins there, the sooner you realize that all of the bad and negative people and consequences that come in your life are all a result of the choices and decisions you made for yourself in your life, the sooner you'll get ahead in life. Seriously, the sooner you stop blaming everyone else for all the bad stuff and you take personal accountability for it. And trust me, with the young men in your house, that's the hardest thing for a man to do. Mm-hmm. The hardest thing for a man to do, to sit and reflect and say, I am why this person did this to me. I am why this bad thing happened to me. Because I am the one that did the things that allowed this person and these bad things to come and cross my path. I made the decisions that put that there. Start making positive decisions. You're going to lose friends. It's okay. If they aren't meant to be in your, some friends are only meant to be there for a season, so they say. Not everyone's meant to be there your whole life. Some are only there as a learning experience. They're there to teach you something. You know, the people that
Absolutely.
matter the most will stick by your side, and they will always have your back. That's simple. That's all I got for you, man. And Ty, I put my link for my channel in the back. You'll have to come pay us a visit sometime.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure.
You know, I do a lot of things on my channel where we do these kind of discussions all the time, and then when you get over there, I'll talk to you about introducing you to the mosh pit. But I'll wait on introducing you to that.
All right, and I'm posting Angry Snowman's channel in here right now, folks. Should
Yeah,
pop
actually,
up 3 different.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to do a live here in about an hour, anyhow.
Nice. Okay. Angry Snowman, appreciate you dropping by and dropping those gems on us, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate you having me. Up, man.
Likewise, sir. You have a good one.
Yep, you too. Take it easy, Ray. Take it easy, other white guy on the panel.
Raven, closing words, sir.
Yeah. First of all, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Good. Yeah. I just want to say, that life is tough, especially in today's society. You got people out there, you got these kids out there that don't have a proper family. When I was growing up, I didn't have a family. I didn't have a mother or a father. My grandparents tried, they raised me. My aunt and uncle, they wanted to be my mother and father, and God knows I wish they could have, because I'll tell you, they would have steered me in the right direction. For over 30 years, I lost contact with my family, and I strayed down some pretty bad roads. I've lived on the streets. I've done things I'm not proud of, but I just got in contact with my family again. I'm getting my life straight again. And so to the kids there, don't let people tell you that you can't do something. Don't let other people tell you that you're a loser or that you're a piece of shit or anything like that, because you're not. Only you can decide what you are in your life. Only you and your parents can really make that decision. And at the end of the day, even your parents can't tell you, that you're a loser or anything like that. That's only for you to decide. And the old saying goes, when you fall off that horse, you get right back up and you ride it again. I've came very close to giving up many times, but I kept fighting and I kept fighting. And even now, like I said, I'm putting my money together. I'm putting my house together that I can move into, and I'm going to own it. I'm done renting. I'm done relying on other people. I'm going to rely on myself. So go out there, work hard, and most importantly, listen to your parents. Listen to your mother and father, because when they go to discipline you, or when they discipline you, they're doing it for a reason. When they say they love you, they mean it, because your parents is the most important thing in your life. And cherish that. Cherish what you have, because once it's gone, you'll never get it back.
Absolutely, 100. And the Raven, sir, appreciate you dropping by, dropping off those gems, all that good stuff, man. And looking forward to you guys coming back on here again, man.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Reckless.
All right. I know you guys are hungry, but I hope that the wait was worth it, because MRM blessed me with letting me go last. So I'm going to cook for you guys for a second. The first thing is that you need to understand is, regardless of where you find yourself at right now, and I use this loosely because you are all individuals and you all have your own lives to live and you have your own choices to make, but we as a culture did not come from poverty. Our history did not start with slavery. We are not perpetual victims. That's the first thing. The second thing is, looking at where we did come from is not a sign that we are weak. It is a sign of how strong we are as a people, because we are still here. At present, we are not necessarily as a culture thriving, but we are still here. So the base foundation of resilience is there. The choices that you're making now, and like the people who you have pouring into you right now, are giving you the tools. And that was one of the things that I always had growing up. I did have influences that came at random points in my life because I was an athlete. I did get into trouble a lot, but I always had people who sewed into me enough that when I came to the realization that I didn't want to live the knucklehead life that I was living, I had the tools. You are being given tools now. It would be more efficient for you to make those good decisions now and make those changes now, because at the end of the day, regardless of what happens to you isn't necessarily your fault, but it is your responsibility in how you respond to what happens to you. That means something can come in. You get to choose how you internalize that, how you process that, and how you respond to it. That's the reason. And I'm not going to get too biblical on you because I can't speak to it the way that Ty does, but that is the meaning to me of the passage, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Ooh.
Now, I say that because we live in a society where you can be dumb and still get wealthy. I'm real dumb. I'm too dumb to listen to people when they say things to me that go against the trajectory that I've decided I'm on. So everybody, when they told me I wasn't going to graduate, I was too dumb to believe that. I did threaten my principal. I'm not going to lie. The response to that was, I can find out where you live. But I graduated. When they told me that, with your background, you're gonna be out of here by 20, 21, maybe. That's your life expectancy.
Y'all hear that? That's what he said. He was saying, they were saying he's not gonna make it.
Yeah,
Death.
They told me that. And you know what's funny? And this is the thing I'll tell you. And this is the thing that happens when that fog clears. And I say this to my counselor all the time because I'm friends. One of my best friends growing up, one of the guys who came through it all with me, his aunt was a counselor who basically tried to get me to drop out. And I make sure to tell him every time she calls, he's like, oh, so-and-so is on the phone. I'm like, make sure to let her know that I'm still making more money than she is. Because I won. Everyone who told me when I was coming up, none of them are able to afford to eat at the places I eat. None of them have the contacts that I have. None of them have the lives that I'm building. And I'm not even done yet. I'm just now hitting that stride to where it's like things are falling into place and I'm seeing results. But it's so much better than what they said I was going to be. That I understand that I'm an anomaly and I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I'm going through, but I'm telling you, as you're sitting there and I'm sitting here, I was where you were. When I was 16, I had moved out. I was gone for a year. I left home. Actually, I didn't even move out. I literally packed my stuff up one morning after an argument with my mom because she said I couldn't survive by myself and left and was gone for a year. And I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate of when people talk about being able to walk away from people, I cut my entire family off while I was getting my stuff lined out because they were not supportive of where I was going, because they couldn't see the vision, because they dealt with a certain version of me and they didn't believe that I could do the things that I could do. And I was like, okay, well then I'm going to have to cut y'all off until I can come back and show you. I'm going to have to go out here. I'm going to have to hunt. I'm going to bring back the wolf pelt. And I need you all to fall in line. I grew up with a single mom who is very masculine, who's under my leadership now, because I explained to her, I was like, I'm the catalyst for this family to move forward. And I'm willing to make those sacrifices. And that's the thing. This comes with a sacrifice. The good life comes with a lot of sacrifice. You don't get to have fun. You don't get to do what you want most of the time. Most days I wake up, I got to go deal with stuff I do not want to deal with, that I don't want to do. And I'm a partner in the company I work for. I'm at the top as far as that's concerned. There's days that are hard, but you know what? I get up, I get my morning workout in, I get my coffee, and I just got to do it, whether I feel like it or not. I go in every Monday now because of my stuff that I'm doing on YouTube. I sleep for 3 hours and go in and work a 12-hour day on Monday, every Monday. Every single Monday, I don't feel good at all. And I got to go in there. I got to motivate my team. I got to be a positive influence on the management. And I got to make sure that everybody else is straight and not contribute to the stress. I got to make it fun. If you want to have a good life and be above average, you just got to be that guy. Like, you have to sacrifice. And the thing is, I don't do this for me. I do it for my family because, like, my family did everything that they possibly could to make sure I had this skill set and these tools. So I owe it to them. I owe it to everyone who went through all the horrible stuff that we're supposed to supposedly be victims about. Just think about that. You got generations of people who, if you want to start from slavery forward, that got whipped, went and worked for free, built this country for free. For y'all to sit around here with your lip out talking about what you don't think you have to do? What you don't think you have to do? You got 5,000 generations. Only the strong ones reproduce to get you here, and you're gonna spit in the face of every human being that led up to you getting to the seat that you're in right now, to have someone like Ty pouring into you, to have people care about you, to even snarl your face up. You should be thankful that you were born in this country, because bad here doesn't equate to death. If you were in this, if we all came through the situations that we came through in any other country, we would be child soldiers and probably maimed, scarred, and not here.
100.
You have generations of people behind you that have pushed forward for you to be where you are, and you do owe it to them. You owe it to your bloodline to be the best person that you can be, however that plays out. You owe it to everyone who came before you, and nobody wants to talk about that. Average is not good enough. Too many people died for you to be here, for you to exist, for you to get the opportunity. And those genes are in you, and those people are screaming from the past. You should want to live in existence where if somebody 100 years ago looked and said, "This is my ancestor," they'd be proud. And I want you to sit there and think about that. Would they be like, "This is dope. Like, I trudged through this field. I made it. I conquered this land. I made it to reproduce to get you here." Would they be proud, or would they sit there and go, "Jesus, I should have offed myself"? Like, there was no point in me doing any of the stuff that I did, because that's what happens when you waste your life. Every single person in your family tree becomes a fool. It was a waste of time for them to produce the person that produced you. We have a duty to the genes that are in our bodies to do right by those people by doing the best that we can, because that's what they had to do, not only to survive, but to get it, to make it so that we could be here. We owe people. We owe everyone before us. And I'm going to leave it at that. And you guys really need to sit on that. And that needs to be at the forefront of every decision you make from here forward, because now that you know, unfortunately, you can't unknow. And that goes for everybody listening here, because I'll be the first person to ball some people out on sucking at life, because you owe everyone who came before you. And that's why I find weak people and people that are wasting their potential so disgusting. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So, like, I hope you guys enjoy your meal, but moving forward, you need to earn them.
Man, Reckless Ray, man, hey, I really, really appreciate you dropping it off right there. That's gonna be one of my little 5-minute shorts and all the different things. I'm making that a short. Trust me when I tell you that, man.
Tag me in it.
That was completely peace right there, man. Y'all, that's awesome. And yeah, I know. Look at they go there like I know. When y'all get grown on your own, you want to start your own channel and all that, and then y'all can go back and say, "Oh, I remember this dude named Reckless Ray." Yeah. But until then, nope. So, Reckless, bro, appreciate you coming in here and doing that, man. Hey, we will check you next time, man. Look forward to doing this again, man. This was a awesome thing, man. Bless you, bro.
Bless you.
I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen. After Reckless Ray just dropped that, dude, I usually am good with dropping some stuff, but there's nothing I can say. Reckless Ray literally just beautifully put all that together. Two little females over here, I'm not gonna say your names, don't worry, teary-eyed. You got these folks over here thinking, man. All you man that came onto this panel today, even Andrea, appreciate y'all coming on here and dropping those gems off, man. They are seeing that there's people out there that really, really, really do care for them, man. And man, y'all know how I say, That was off the chain, bro. I'm Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. But most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.